welcome to the Saturday Night Swirl with your host, Roadrunner89. Hope you enjoy. All right, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, it's gotten a little better. Um, it's still choppy. I'm gonna try to push forward with this. If it gets bad again, I'll just have to do it tomorrow. If I can't get through this without the internet getting better, okay. Like I said, our internet's been down all day. I've been, and we had a big storm, so it's probably affect. That's what's going on with my quality tonight. Um, but I'm going to show some videos, okay, and I'll get to the subject. What I really want to talk about, okay, all the four titles I gave you guys, um, and I let you choose. I'm doing two of them because the voting it tied, okay, and that's cool. I mean, and they're good subjects to talk about. There is a conspiracy to stop people from swirling. Okay. Um, and, there's always people against interracial relationships, uh, people of different races coming together with love and marriage. Well, let's not say other races because we're the human race, right? Or people from different ethnicities. Okay. People that look a little different. Okay. For some reason, we're still caught in our segregated mindset, right? And there's a lot of people that don't like interracial relationships, okay? But it's everybody's right to love who you love and be with who you want to be with, okay? If you're a white man, you want to be with an Asian woman, Hispanic, black, that's your choice. Same thing for the ladies, okay? Um, and you should go where you're loved and celebrated. You should go to that person that you love that loves you back. Okay. Um, but we're caught on the skin tone and stuff. Uh, and a lot of people are trying to destroy interracial relationships through propaganda, and especially black women and white men. As a white man, I can date anybody, right? Um, well, anybody could date anybody, but if I wanted to up my options to Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Jewish, it don't matter. Okay, nobody's really going to give me a hard time. But when it's a black woman, then that's a different story. Okay, and black women, you're attacked the most when it comes to interracial relationships. Okay, especially with the white man. Okay, and let's not pretend that that ain't happening. That we're all lovey-lovey and we can go where we want with nobody caring. No, there are people against it. Okay, and I'm going to cover that tonight. And there is propaganda against it. Amazing thing is people are out there pushing this narrative that black women and white men getting together is some kind of propaganda, some kind of what's that word? Some kind of conspiracy, right? I hear it all the time, and it pisses me off because it's a lie. Okay, and there's people upset because there's interracial videos on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and people think that there's some kind of government conspiracy that's trying to destroy the black family by inserting the white man with the black woman. And that's not true at all. Okay. As we move on, people are opening up their options more and more every day. Okay. And that's a good thing. Okay. We should love each other. I mean, there's no room for hate. There really isn't. Okay. And if somebody has a preference, respect their preference. Okay. And I tell you, I've always had a preference for black women. Okay. And, that's me. That's who I'm attracted to. And that's who my heart belongs to. Okay. And to be honest, okay. And it's not out of hate. It ain't out of rejection. It ain't out of a fetish or lust or it's not out of any of that. Okay, I love black women. I think black women are amazing, the most beautiful women on earth, both inside and out. And if you look at my history, and if you research me, like some dusty dumplings have, they'll find out, dang, this guy does love black women. He has a history with black women before his wife. Okay, I've been married 31 years to a black woman. So, okay, my preference is a black woman. And and other women. And look, I know people think it's weird and wrong, but for me, it's black women or nothing. Always has been, always will be. And really, if white women decided to leave white men 90% and go to black men or Asian or whatever, honestly, I wouldn't give two shits. Excuse my language, I wouldn't care. Okay, because it's not where my heart's at. Okay, and for you know first of all, because I have a preference. Second of all, women have the right to go wherever they want. So we shouldn't feel some kind of way because somebody of the same skin tone goes with somebody else. Who cares? Okay? And unless you have a relationship with that person, I can see your feelings being hurt. But other than that, really, it's silly. Okay? Let me get rid of this. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some TikTok videos. Okay? I'm doing this fair use. Okay? Fair use. All right. Um, but there is a conspiracy. Okay. And I'm going to show you what some people are talking about with interracial relationships, interracial, and how they feel about it. Okay. And let me show you some videos. And hopefully, when I'm showing you these videos, the quality will get better. All right. Okay, but before we show videos, let's talk about interracial relationships. Okay, there. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's go to the propaganda first. Okay. All right. All right. Some of these people are for interracial relationships. Some are not, and there's a lot of misconceptions about interracial relationships, about opening up your options. Okay, a lot of black women believe that in order to date a white man, the white man, if he dates a black woman, she's got to be perfect in every way. And there's a misconception. We're all men. What one man finds attractive, other men won't, or vice versa. Okay. And look, you can open up your options whether you're skinny, uh, whether you're curvy. Okay. So don't let that stop you. Okay. Because there's somebody that will find you beautiful and amazing of all races. Okay. I tell people this, there's somebody for everybody in every race. Okay. Wherever you want to go, there's somebody that will love you, that will find you amazing. Okay. You don't have to stay with your same race. And there's that misconception that the only people that can love us are the ones that look like us. No, that isn't always true. In fact, with white men, we do better dating outside our race than we do within our race, statistically. And ironically, black women are in the same boat. They do better dating out, statistically. Okay. And I know some people will get their feelings hurt or get angry or feel some kind of way because I said that. And they say, well, I'm in a same race relationship and I got a good marriage. Well, yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay. I'm not saying you can't have that, but I look at numbers and I see that black women, white men are doing the best. And why is that? Now, there's many reasons why. Okay. But overall, we need to do better with marriage, with our relationships. Okay. We do. Okay. We got a lot of work to do as a nation. Okay. In all communities. All right. But I'm seeing something with black women. Okay. And with only 26% of black women being married, that's a problem. Okay. And I don't think it's that black women just don't want to get married. Okay. I just think within the black community, marriage has kind of gone away. It ain't a thing like it used to be. Right. And there's a lot of black women that would love to be married, but they can't find that good black man. And sometimes time runs out. Okay. Or maybe they'll get lucky. Um, But really, it's a numbers game when it comes to black women. Black women need to open up their options, okay? And those that want to open up their options, leave them alone, okay? There has to be a balance, okay? And in today's world, that us against them stuff, that's going away whether you like it or not. I don't care how pro-black you are. I don't care uh, how much of a white nationalist you are, and you want to preserve your whiteness or you want to preserve your blackness, you can't control the future. You can't control what your children and grandchildren do. Okay, so we need to get out of that racial separation crap. Okay, uh, whether you want it or not, we're going to come together. Yeah, we're going to integrate. Okay, and I think it's God's plan. I really do. Um, I don't worship my skin tone, and you know, I don't care if my kids are light or dark as long as they're good people and happy, successful, and do right. That's what's important. What's on the inside, what's in the heart, not what's the outwardly appearance. Okay. Uh, I love who I am and I would never change it, but I don't worship who I am either. I'm not above anybody or below anybody. I'm just a man trying to take care of his family and trying to make it in this world. Okay. Like most people are. Okay. But anyway, without further ado, let me show you some of these videos. And I'm going to show you this young lady. And I want to talk about it after I'm done.
White man, and I want to.
Okay. This young lady says she's never dated a white man, but she wants to. Okay, let's hear it.
I've never dated a white man, and I want to. I think the reason why I have never dated a white man is because I'm thick. Just listen to me. Think about every black woman that you know that is dating a white man. What does she look like? She's skinny, isn't she? Yes, she is. She's skinny.
Okay, did you guys get that video? Do I need to play it again? I know it kind of froze for a minute. Let me play it again.
I've never dated a white man, and I want to. I think the reason why I have never dated a white man is because I'm thick. Just listen to me. Think about every black woman that you know that is dating a white man. What does she look like? She's skinny, isn't she? Yes, she is. She's skinny.
Okay. All right. What she's saying is she never dated a white man. Okay. But she wants to. Okay. But she says that all the black women with white men are skinny. Okay. That ain't true. Okay. Um, and looking at this young lady, she's attractive. I mean, she's curvy. She don't look like she's obese or nothing like that. Um, but even if you are, you can date out. You know what I mean? Um, a lot of people think you got to be perfect to date out. Okay, um, and you don't. People are people. People have their preferences. Some men like skinny women. Some men like curvy women. I mean, it just But the bottom line, the most important thing is personality and the character. Okay, because no one thing you need for a marriage to work to last is character. You got to be able to love that person more than anything and stay together. You got to be disciplined. You got to live up to your marriage vows. Okay? You got to have morality, right? Not true. I've seen all sizes of with white men. Yeah. Look, there are all sizes. And she thinks that she's got to be real skinny to be with white men. That ain't true at all. In fact, a lot of white men don't want a woman that's super skinny. Um, I mean, I never did. I mean, you know, um, so that's a myth. But people will push that. People, and the reason this young lady probably thinks that is they probably told her, hey, you want to date a white man? Oh, well, they only want the real skinny women, the ones that have no curves and just totally skin. No, it's a stereotype. It's a misconception. Okay, and don't believe it. Hey, Diamond Lace, good to see you. Uh, I'm gonna put your wrench into tonight. I promise. I've been having internet issues, but I got your stuff. I'm gonna put it in. So next show you'll have your wrench. I apologize for not doing it quicker, but I did get your message, so it's gonna be in. Um, but yeah, that's a misconception. And looking at this young lady, I mean, she could easily date out. She could easily get a white man, and it's not that problem. Oh, okay, thanks, Diamond Lace. It's not a problem. It really isn't. We we go around thinking, and this goes for black women and white men. We go around thinking that the other don't like us, and I had that misconception. when I was a teenager, when I opened up my options, okay, I and look, I opened up my options off the gate, but I still had this in my head, and it was there for a while. Even though I dated black women, I always thought they really didn't like me because I'm a white guy. Because we hear all the propaganda, that, and you'll hear a loud black woman say, "Well, it's black men or nothing. I don't care if how he treats me or whatever." And we hear that a lot, okay? And then it gets in our minds psychologically. We think, "Wow, black women don't like us." No, that ain't true. It's the pro black anti-white women that don't like us. Okay, let's get it straight. It's the ones that hate white people that won't give us a chance. Okay, just like white men that are racist. They don't want to be with black women, but that's a very small minority. Okay, so what she said is not true, and I hate that the fact that there are black women that believe this. Okay, and a lot of these lies, this propaganda keeps us apart, and discourage us from dating out, opening up our options. Okay? And that's a shame because there are good quality people, black women, white men, or black women and Hispanic men or Asian men, okay? Uh, a lot of times I'll say black and white, but when I say white, I mean non-black. So I mean also Asian and Hispanic. Okay. Uh, I know some guy told me, he says, "Well, I'm an Italian guy. Is that? Are you okay with that?" Yeah. It look. I The bottom line is what I want. People think I want black women to go to white men only, and no, that ain't true. I want black women to have the best option, whatever option that is, whether it's the Asian guy, the white guy, or the Middle Eastern guy, or the Jewish guy, or whatever is the best option for you. Okay, that's up to you, but you got to be able to have that option. Now, if you're only attracted to black men, well, get the best one you can find. Okay, no shade on you for that. That's where you're at. That's how you feel. I understand that because that's how I feel about black women. I'm not going with no other women. I never have, never will. Of course, I'm married. I'm with my wife forever, but that's just me. That's where my heart was. Okay, that's where my heart will always be. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, test that out for a minute. Okay, now what I want to talk about. All right. Well, we're going to carry on. I got some other videos I want to show you, and this one's a beautiful video. Now, I don't know if this young lady is with a black man, white man, or whoever, and I don't care. But I love her message, okay? And it really resonates.
Lies ever told?
Okay, listen to what she says, and this makes sense. I love the statement she made.
One of the biggest lies ever told is blood makes you family. Nope. Blood makes you related. Loyalty, love, and trust makes you family.
Exactly. Okay, I'm buffering again. Gosh, the internet is horrible tonight. Internet is getting dusty on me. But it's true. Blood don't make you family, it just makes you related. Love, loyalty, that's family. There are people in my life I'm not related to, but I consider them family. Okay. I've always had a more of a connection with black women than white women, even in my family, because the black women that I've been around, I've had a amazing connection. Okay. And I found that black women, once you earn their trust and once show her love and you get it back, that it is such a beautiful thing. And I think that's really the thing about black women is I could feel the love. And this goes back to me being a child, okay? But I love what she said. And that is so true, okay? And like I said, there's people that I'm close to are like family, even though we're not blood related, okay? Now, I do love my family. I'm pretty close to my family, but I'm just saying, just because we share the same DNA or the same blood, don't make us family. It makes us related, right? Now, if you really truly care for each other, yeah, you're family. But it's not just sharing DNA. Because there are family members that will do you wrong. There are family members that will abuse you, take advantage of you. Okay? But that was a beautiful video. Okay. Um, all right, let's get to some more.
Talking about like
Okay, let me go to the beginning. Okay, topics discussion white men fetishizing black women. Okay, as white men we're accused of fetishizing black women. Okay, we've been blamed for doing that. That's like a stereotype we've been given. But anyway, let's hear what the young lady says.
you know what irritates me is when talking about like white men liking black women, like the thought of it being a fetish or a kink always has to like be added into the mix. Why is that? I've been deep in it and I'm like, why is this so unfathomable that a white man can just like black women and admire us and appreciate us for the beautiful divine goddesses that we are? Can you not see the skin? What are you talking about? Like, I'm a spicy worker, yeah, and I work in the spicy club, and it's like I've met men that like you like there's a difference. Like, you can tell when a man is fetishizing you and when a man genuinely likes you because he just likes you, like he thinks you're beautiful, he thinks you're amazing, etc, etc. And obviously your skin tone adds to it because it's different, it's not of his normal, do you know what I'm saying? Which I can relate to, because like I found myself now realizing that I'm a lot more attracted to people that aren't like me, if that makes sense. Like, they have different backgrounds, different cultures, different place of living. Like, moving to the UK now, like I'm like, oh my god, I like what I'm seeing here. Some people are just naturally attracted to the opposite or like just difference from them. I just feel like as black women we're doing ourselves a disservice by always having to add the narrative or of him fetishizing us as our reality, if that makes sense. Don't get it twisted. There are the few that do tend to fetishize us, but like, why does that have to be in the forefront all the time? Why can't we just accept that we're amazing human beings and we're an amazing group of women? Why wouldn't any man, whether he's black, white, Asian, would love us and admire us and respect us and treat us with the care and the tenderness that we deserve? The fuck?
Exactly. Exactly what she said. Okay? Why is that fetishization thrown up there out front? Okay? Like it's a thing that every white man is doing that's with the black woman. It's a fetish, it's lust, and we can't just have love for black women. We can't just find black women attractive, amazing, and see the beautiful spirit black women have. We can't see how amazing black women are, the passion black women have. We can't just embrace black women. We can't just love black women without being accused of a fetish. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Okay. That thing is something that's thrown in there. Okay. To scare black women, to get black women to think that all white men are doing is lusting after them. Okay. Now, every group of people fetishize others. Okay. Whether it's men or women, they all do it. Okay. All right. I'm not saying they all do it, but people in every race do it. Okay. It's not an exclusive white man thing. Okay. Black men do it all the friggin' time, and they're not called out for it. Mr. Dr. Umar Johnson talks about women's thick thighs and, talks about them in a lustful way, and he truly pumps and dumps women, and he's never called out for being a fetishizer. I've never heard it. And he does it in your face. But yet a white man says, "Oh, black women are beautiful. I love black women. You fetishizer." Like, it's propaganda. It's designed to discourage black women from opening up their options. Okay? It's propaganda. Now, us as white men are told that black women don't like us, and black women are loud and obnoxious and crazy, but when you get to know black women, it's not that way at all. Okay? And it's all propaganda to steer you away from each other. It's all designed to stop interracial relationships, especially black women and white men. They don't like that. Okay? They'll put up with black men and white women. They'll put up with, black men with any other women. They'll put up with white men with any type of women except black women. It's like it's off limits, but it's all propaganda crap. You go where you want to go. Okay? And white men, listen to me, there are amazing black women out there that will give you a chance that are reasonable. Okay? All they want is you to be a good man, love them, and do right by them. Okay? And I think us as people generally, we want somebody to love us and be there for us, whether you're a man or woman, someone to be true to you. Okay? Whether you date out or stick with your own group, whatever you decide's up to you, and that's fine. We should not attack nobody for being with who they want to be with. Okay? Now, are there white men that fetish? Oh, yeah. Are there white men that have a lustful desire for black women and will target black women to sleep with them? Yes, they're out there. Okay? But there are a lot of good white men that just want to have a relationship, that just generally love black women because they think they're amazing. Okay? But if you listen to propaganda and stereotypes, you're going to believe whatever you're told. But once you find out the truth, a lot of times all these stereotypes are false, are horribly exaggerated. Okay? Now, men and women are attracted to each other. Okay? Men and women are going to fetishize each other. Men and women are going to have lust towards each other. Okay? And you shouldn't go into a relationship with lust or a fetishization. That's not right. Okay? But it does happen. Okay? And it happens across the board. It ain't, but it's propaganda to keep people separated. Okay? They don't want us coming together. And I believe there's a bigger scheme to keep us divided. When you're divided, you're easily controlled. Anyway, okay. But I think my internet's coming better. I think its quality's getting better. Okay, let me show a couple more. Okay. And that tonight, remember one show we were talking about uh that conservative black dude that was talking about black women and I kind of went on them. Well, there's two other conservative guys that I'm going in on tonight. One's a white guy, one's a black guy. And me having conservative values, I just feel I got, these people are pissing me off. Uh, and I don't think they understand what conservative is. It's not being a Republican. It's not a political party. It's a way of life. Okay. Uh, and I'm going to talk about that. Okay. And, because I'm traditional, I have traditional values. You know, I believe you move out of your home. Okay. You leave your mother and father, you go find a wife. You start your own family, a man, a woman, and children. Okay. That's how I believe. I don't believe in dating and playing the field and soaring your royal oats and having fun and getting married later. I don't believe in that garbage. That's garbage in my mind. Now, people can do what they want. Okay, I'm not going to pass judgment, but that's my beliefs. Okay, you should not lay down with a woman that's not your wife. That's me. That's my conservative values there. Okay, and I am a man of faith. Okay, and I do have my issues, but I'm pretty basic on my beliefs. Okay, I'm very traditional. I've been raised that way. My wife's very traditional. That's why we connect so good. I mean, but anyway, okay. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Uh, all right, let me show another video.
Successful out of all relationships, interracial or same race, are between black women and white men. And as much as I love to toot our horn on this, ladies, because I love us, I love me some us, we have to start internalizing the root cause of our experiences with our black men.
Okay, what do you think about what she said? I think she's seeing the data. Okay, I don't think she might believe black women are better off with white men, but the way she's taught, I don't think she wants to believe it. I don't think she wants to go the direction of a white man. Okay, I and I think she's trying to tell black women you need to you know focus on the black man, and she didn't say all that. I'm generalizing, and maybe I'm wrong, but I just her body language and how she said it, I think she believes it but don't like it. You know what I mean? You can see, and there's people like that. They might see a woman might see a group of men that's she could see that statistically that's the best option, but she's not attracted to that best option, right? Sort of say, and kind of feels some kind of way, and would probably try to change that. Okay, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, she really didn't tell a whole lot, but just reading her, I would say she's not into the swirl. I think she's just making a video. I could be wrong, but she's like, I ain't doing it. But anyway, okay. Now let's. All right, I'm gonna play this video. Okay.
Let me tell you some of the things why I think African women or Black women in general prefer dating white men. Recently, I did a podcast. Yo, guys, I know there's this dark skinned girl like me. And she's like, I prefer dating white men because they
Oh
don't
my
lie.
God.
These men are always straightforward with love.
The white men.
Yes, the white men are straightforward with love. If he doesn't like you, he will tell you he doesn't like you. If he's just using you, at least from day one, you know he's using you. And you go for it knowing that you're going for what you know. But yes, but a black man, he will let you.
Excuse me?
Oh, so white men lie.
Lie?
Apparently, white men don't
Everyone
lie.
can lie.
Oh.
White,
Black?
Asian,
They all
black,
lie.
you name it. They all
lie.
lie. And when it comes to love, lie is a no-go. We only lie to people we don't love. There is no, please don't associate color to
With
lies,
lying.
because everyone lies.
Interesting, huh? Okay. Now, at times, us as white men, we get a good reputation that we're honest and we're more loving, and that's awesome. Okay. But beware, ladies. There are those donut dusties out there that will take advantage of you and tell you what you want to hear. Okay. You got to vet. Okay. And that goes for men too. Black women are amazing. They're beautiful. They're loving. They're everything a woman should be, right? But there are some evil black women in the group. Most of them are not, but there's evil in all groups of people. Okay? Just keep that in mind. All right? Okay. That was a good video. Now, here we go.
Look at here, look.
Okay, now this woman is not down with the swirl whatsoever. Okay? She looks biracial. Heck, she's as light. Her skin tone's as light as mine. Don't have much melanin, but you can see some black features. But I mean, that's beside the point. But she believes in black love. Black men and black women need each other. Okay, let's hear what she says.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? I'm good. Look at here, look. To my ladies, my melanated queens that look like me, y'all come forth. Let's have a little chit chat right quick. Look, y'all, ladies, my melanated queens that look like me, y'all come.
You don't look like you have much melanin. I think I got as much as you do, which is almost none. But okay, continue.
Come forth. Let's have a little chit chat right quick. Look, y'all, what's this new trend going on? This black wife effect and all this and that. Do y'all see the agenda? Can y'all catch the drift? Anybody? Come on now, let's do better. Cause why? Why is the black woman needed to build every other nation except for their own? I mean, we can clearly see as a people that our nation, that the people that look like us, we're in a position that we can't do too much.
Hey, let me say this. She said something interesting. That why are black women building up every nation? And here's what I got to say to that. Okay, a nation that does not take care of its women does not deserve their women. Okay, a woman should go where she's loved and protected. Okay, all right. Now we're not. Look, in our country, we're many nations, and we're so mixed with nations. Like I'm a white guy. I'm 100% white, right? 100% European. Okay. You say, okay, that makes sense. You look like it. You're a white guy. Okay. But can I claim a European country? You know how many European countries I have DNA? A lot. So I can't even if I went back to Europe, where would I go? Who would I belong to? Okay. I'd be, and I don't belong to Europe. I'm an American. This is my home. And I think us as a nation, we need to come together as a nation and quit playing black against white and Hispanics against this and that and separating ourselves like a bunch of jackasses when we could build, when we got the best nation in the world and we can come together and be more powerful than ever, be more blessed than ever. You know, what's she going to build? The black community, black women, 26% are married. And and if we don't start respecting women in our community, in our cities, in our nation, God's wrath will be upon us. A nation that thrives is a nation that takes care of its women. Okay? I'm just saying. And it's another thing, you're not obligated to somebody that shares your DNA. You go where you love. And I think she looks like she's a product of an interracial relationship, you know. But I mean, if that's what she believes and she's going to stick with her nation, which is the black community, you know, that's her business. And God bless her and hope it works out. But anyway, let's continue.
And then we look at our men and see our men struggling and just going through it on a day-to-day basis, but yet we rather get with these other nations and try to build them up. Why?
Why? Because these other nations that you call them non-black men, okay, they're showing more love and respect. In fact, the marriage rates are better when black women open up. Okay. Now, instead of saying, well, we got to stop that, how about learn from it? Why? Why are black women going to other men? Could it be they're being treated better? Could it be that there's more wealth in these other men? Maybe there's more stability. I don't know. You gotta ask these questions. Things don't just happen, okay? And it's not that black women are going out because they're worshiping white men. That ain't it at all. There are some black women that are attracted to white men. There are some black women that are tired and want to try something new. There's all kinds of things going on. But instead of trying to stop it, find out what's working and build on that.
It's these other nations that cause the problems that we have now.
Okay, here we go, playing the victim. The other nations are the problem. It's not us. It's not the fact that black women and black men aren't getting married and having children out of wedlock. It's not that. It's the other nation's fault. It's these other men causing problem. It's white supremacy that's stopping you from getting married. Is that what it is? Now tell me, is that going on? Because I hear this all the time. I hear these pro-blacks saying that the white man's trying to keep the black family apart. Okay? And I'm like, how are they doing this? How are they trying to do this? Is there Klan members at the courthouse refusing to let black people go in and get married? Is that what's going on? Or are you using that as an excuse? Are you playing the victim? Because victimhood and excuses will get you a participation trophy and you'll be last place. First of all, nobody's stopping black men and black women from getting married. Nobody's doing that. Okay? So stop it. The white man is not stopping black people from getting married. Okay? In fact, the racist white people want black people to get married, so you leave white people alone. That's what they want. Okay? I'm the opposite of that. I say you go where you're loved and celebrated. To hell with skin tone and race and all that other crap. Or nations and nations. Well, damn, what nation are you from? You look mixed. You don't look like a native African woman. You just don't. You look more of a European. Sorry. I mean, but love who you are. There's nothing wrong with being mixed race or different groups of people. That's okay. We're human beings. We need to stop that. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the victimhood. Nobody, if the black community loves each other, they're going to find a way and get married and make it work. Nobody can stop you from doing that. Nobody's trying. I'm tired of this narrative. Oh, well, the colonizers are trying to keep the black family apart. No, they're not. And who's colonizing what? I mean, we're not our ancestors, okay? We're different human beings. Just like you're not your ancestors. Quit worshiping people before. I don't worship human beings. I worship God. Anyway, let's continue.
They did everything in their power to break the black woman and the black man up. And they succeeded with that. And now you have the black.
Okay, so if they, okay, let me, okay, so what she's saying true, they succeeded breaking the black man and black woman apart. Okay, so if that's true and you know that's true, what's your solution? What's the solution? If the white man is so evil that he is successful in driving the black family apart, can't you fix it? But that's not what's going on. Black men are not wanting to get married. And if they do, it's later on in life. That's the truth. Nobody's forcing or keeping anybody from coming together and building a family. In fact, I'd say white men are more willing to get married that date black women than black men are. But don't blame the black man. Play the victim. It's not your fault. Okay, the the evil colonizer just did it, and there's nothing you could do about it. So play the victim, and you know. But when it's not your fault, you can't fix it, right? I'm just saying. Sometimes it's better for it to be your fault, so you can look within, and say, you know what, I'm wrong. I need to fix this. But if it's somebody else's fault, what can you do to make it better? And who's breaking down the black woman and black man? Who's doing it? Fix it. Make your marriage rates better. I'm just saying. I mean, come on. Tell me how they're stop. Because look, if there's some white supremacist hate group stopping black people from getting married at the courthouse, we need to know this. Because that's the only way I could see what she's saying to be true. I just. Anyway, let's continue.
Black man going to the Chinese and the Japanese for a chick. And you have the black woman going to the YT man to give him an effect that his own woman can't even give him. Let the apple stay with the apples and the grapes stay with the grapes, because it ain't no meat.
And human beings with the human beings. Stop that BS. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit. We're not apples and oranges. We're not different species. We're human beings. Okay? Black and white people can procreate together. They've done it for centuries. Okay? We're not different. We look a little different. Our skin tones are different. Maybe our features are a little different, but we're human beings. And you know what? You can procreate. You can have children with any group of people. We all came from the same place. Okay? It's not different No. And see, people get caught up with this like we're just different people. And, we're different, but we're human beings. Okay? I'm just saying. But yeah, pick me. She's a pick me. I mean, that's obvious. She's down for the black man no matter what. And it's not his fault. It's the whitey man. Whitey man. Whitey man ain't doing nothing to you, lady. You go get you a black man, get married. Shoot. White man ain't going to stop you. Go do you. Go find that good black man. Okay? And build and be blessed. I want you to do that.
You're not supposed to mix, first of all. But second of all, why would you go
You're not supposed to mix. You look pretty mixed to me. Your family, I think, did some mixing. Okay. Uh, where does it say you're not supposed to mix?
to another nation of people to uplift them when your own nation needs to be built up? Why? You mean to tell me you can go over here and build up this man, make him look like the man that your father looks like? You turn this whole Keebler into a Daquan. Cause why?
And see that's another BS. Okay, she talking about the black wife effect. Look how these white dudes were dressed. I don't see black men dressed like that. Okay, and let me tell you something. A lot of these black wife effect guys, they weren't having their pants sagging. They didn't have a gold chain. They didn't have a grill. They weren't wearing do rags. Okay, and I'm not saying black people only wear that stuff. But a man that dresses nice is a man that dresses nice. Okay? And before you know it, it's because if a white man dresses nice, he's stealing from the black man. I guess we're just supposed to throw on a dirty ass t shirt and look like a sack of garbage, I guess. Because if we dress up and look nice and improve, I guess that's you know us stealing the black man's swag, right? But I didn't see that. And look, I'm not seeing black men run around wearing, you know, Italian suits, and I'm just not seeing it. There's a few that will do that, okay? But that's a stereotype. And see, here's the thing: because these white men improve, because they got amazing black wives, she can't take that. Don't want to give the white man credit for a damn thing, because she wants the black man to have it all. And I get it. You want the men that you love to do the best. I understand that. Nothing wrong with that. But you've really really been misinformed. Okay? We're human beings. We're not different species. It's not like apples and oranges. Okay? So stop it.
He's gonna forever be the Keebler. He can never be the Daquan. It's an act.
Well, he don't want to be a Taquan. Okay? He just wants to be the brat he is and dress nice for his wife. How about that? How about that?
So why? And then you have the black men who choose to date outside or marry outside. Why? She could never be. It's a void that she'll never be able to fulfill. It's a void that he'll never be able to fulfill, because we need each other.
No. People need to be with who loves them. People need to be with someone that's compatible, that they love, that loves them back. Okay? And hey, if that black man wants to go get him a white woman, oh, that's his choice. And if that woman will have him, hey, that's their business. Okay? And I think that hurts her feelings seeing black men with white women. But hey, look, there's a lot of black men that love white women. What are you going to do? Okay, that's their business. Okay, and black women, don't try to hold down black men that want to date out. Leave them alone. Let them do them. Okay, ladies, go where you're loved and celebrated. You can open up your options too. In fact, black women, when you do, you get a better deal. But yeah,
The black woman is built for the black man, and the black man is built for the black woman. We are to build our nation. Our nation has been downtrodden for I don't know how long. It's time for us to build our men. Let her have.
build our men. Hear what she said? How about the men build for you, build you up, uplift you? Okay? Don't get in this pick me state where you're going to labor for a man all your life. I'm just saying, if he ain't doing right by you, you know. Anyway, but I'll listen a little more and then I'm going to cut it off.
Let the Keeblers have the Keeblers. Let little essay them have little essay them. Let whoever have whoever. Let Ching Chong have Ling Ling. Okay? They have their own nation. They have their own God. They have their own way of.
You know what's funny? She said Ching Chong and Ling Ling, and well, actually, Brad is with Mei Ling more than Chang Li's with Mei Ling. The biggest interracial group is white men and Asian women. Okay, it's like exploding. I so and there's a lot of white men with Hispanic women and vice versa. Look, your dream of a segregated world with Asians here, white here, black there, Hispanic here, Middle Eastern here, and we're all separated. That's gone. That's gone forever. Ching Chang. Yeah, that is racist. Like, come on. People need to go where they're loved. Okay. Let me bring this down. Okay. All right. I'm done hearing what she said. She just pro black world and, you know, and everybody separated. Okay. I got one video I'm not going to show. Oh, listen. This pissed me off. Okay. This is a guy, a so-called conservative. Okay. And he says things about the black community, and I'm all about holding people accountability. Tell the truth. But what he said just blew me away. Okay. And it was about Juneteenth. He wasn't happy about Juneteenth, which I don't know what the problem is. I mean, shouldn't we celebrate freeing of slaves? I mean, we should all celebrate that, right? But anyway, okay. Let me go ahead. I found this video tonight late when I was searching for a certain video. I found this one. I was like, what the heck? But anyway, take a look at this. Tell me what you think about this, ladies.
A lot of people are going to be saying,
Okay, listen. And this young lady, I found her on TikTok, and she pretty much says what she feels, and you look at the look on her face. But anyway, let's continue.
okay, everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Wow. He said Juneteenth shouldn't be a federal holiday and he's on his way to work. What's wrong with that holiday? And he didn't explain why he felt that way. But I want to run the video all the way through. Tell me what you guys think. What do you feel about this?
Okay, everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Charlie Kirk looks visibly upset on his way to work. And I have to ask, why does this bother you so much? Juneteenth marks the day enslaved Black Americans received word that they were free 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. It's a day that represents freedom, resilience, and a painful truth about how long justice was delayed for our ancestors. Let's be honest, slavery was one of the most disgraceful chapters in American history. Black Americans helped build the wealth of this country. Our ancestors picked cotton when cotton was king, and yet we never received reparations, and we ain't complaining about it. But what we got instead was a federal holiday. So if that's too much for you, it's one day of national recognition that makes you uncomfortable. Maybe you need to check your heart, because the problem isn't Juneteenth. The problem is you. Please tell us how you really feel.
Wow. But seriously, why would he have a problem with that? I mean, what it represents, right? And if we're going to come together in America, I mean, how can we come together and say, Black people, you can't have this holiday? Like, this is something we all should celebrate. Black people are going to celebrate it, but white people should too, because it's a time in our nation when we got away from that evil sin that we were doing. Okay? And it was a good thing that we got away from slavery, is it not? I mean, who would not celebrate that? It should be a federal holiday. It should have been long ago. We should have had a holiday to celebrate the end of slavery, right? And I think we should have another one, the end of Jim Crow days. Let's have another holiday after that and go into the 4th of July. And let's reframe the 4th of July and not focus on the slavery days, and focus on America coming together and getting away from our sins of the past and doing better. Let's build a better America. Let's celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, heck, we could, but for him not to want that, and the disgust, wow, I couldn't believe he even said that. Like, what? Why would that be a problem? Uh, I'm not only does it make white people look freaking stupid and racist, but if you're a conservative, people are going to think you're like that jackass. And I hate that. He's racist and can care less about. I believe that. I just like, wow. And if you have a problem, explain why you have a problem with it. He couldn't. He just don't want Black people to have that holiday. That's what I interpreted. I celebrate Juneteenth and the 4th. I do too. I think those holidays should come together. And you know, and I think with the Juneteenth, we could put it together and make it like leading the 19th into the 4th of July. Just an idea. But we got to celebrate with Black people on this. I mean, I know there's some Black people say, it's our holiday, you can't celebrate it, white man. But no, I'm going to celebrate it because it was something that was good, okay? You know, but anyway, I just couldn't believe that. I got to call that out. That's BS. and it's not a good look. Okay, now this guy, here's another so-called conservative. Okay, and gosh, man, these conservatives are not acting like conservative the way I was raised. I just don't. There was never hate for black people or any other group in my family. It was never. We believe in traditional values like marriage and working hard but anyway, his face expression shows it shows exactly how I feel. The disgust in it. Like, "Ugh, I'm not going to celebrate it and we're going to go to work." You know, Joshua Alexander, what's that? White people fought to end slavery. Also, as a black man, I feel I celebrate Juneteenth. Yeah, okay. I appreciate that. And look, he's right. There were evil white slave owners, but there were abolitionists too that fought against it, that spilled their own blood, and there were thousands of white people lynched with black people fighting for rights back in the 1800s after slavery. We us white people, not all of us were just evil, horrible people. I mean, some really fought against the evil. But yeah, I'll celebrate it. Heck yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. Let, shouldn't we celebrate the end of an evil practice? I mean, I I'm just without words. But anyway, okay, all right. Now this guy, he is he's a black gay conservative, okay, and he he expresses how he feels about interracial relationships on TikTok, okay, and I looked him up on the internet, and I don't know if he's still married, but he was married to a white man. I mean, that's what it said, and I don't know, but somehow a white man and black woman is a problem. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna break it down, but you tell me what you think. He says it's propaganda. He says that they're pushing uh black women to white men to destroy the black community, to destroy black men, and if seeing interracial couples would destroy black men, it's a slap in the face to black men, which he claims. It's like he's trying to defend. Anyway, you just listen before I get ahead of myself.
And white men are
Okay, you've seen this guy before, right? His name's Rob Smith. He's a black man. He's a Republican, conservative, but he's a gay man. Okay, he don't really flaunt his gayness. He talks about being gay, but I think kind of stays away from it in a way. But anyway, let's go ahead and hear this real quick.
Black women and white men are the least likely interracial pairing, but seem to be the most likely to be on my timeline, particularly on TikTok. Now, I've been noticing this trend for quite some time now, and I'm going to break it down. I think it's actually hysterical. Black women and white men, you almost never see in real life. Okay, this is not a likely coupling.
Okay, yeah, okay. They're not as much as other groups, okay? But he says black women, white men are the ones you hardly never see, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something, Ross Smith. The one thing we really hardly ever see is a gay black man with a gay white man. We hardly ever see that pairing, right? I mean, so because we hardly see that, you don't want them on your TikTok feed? Seriously? Anyway, let's continue.
The most likely interracial couplings are Asian woman, white man, and black man, white woman. But yet, if you go by TikTok, I see nothing but black women with white men. I see the couples. I see the people shipping the old school couples. I see clips from Scandal. I see clips from Saved by the Bell back when Zach and Lisa Turtle were dating. And this is an agenda. It is an agenda to do multiple things. Number one, it's to completely discredit and eliminate black men. And number two, it is to damage relationships between black women and black men.
All right, stop right there. Okay, first of all, what you're seeing, okay, it's a popular thing to see interracial couples, black women and white men. Okay, you say it's propaganda, it's an agenda. Well, first of all, you go on TikTok, you set up your own account, you know this, you got millions of followers, okay? And you make your content whatever it is. There's a lot of interracial couples that do go on TikTok and make their content. And it don't matter whether there's 1% of them that are actually married or 20% or 80%. They have every right to make their content. Okay? And I'm sorry to offend you, but tough shit. Get used to it. Because it might be a little number now, but it's a number that keeps growing. Okay? So, it's not propaganda. It's not an agenda. They're not going out there unless you got receipts of the government paying these people to act like interracial couples. Keep your mouth shut because that's not what it is. Okay? And it's a slap in the face to black men, what you just said. If showing interracial couples is going to destroy the black man and relations with black men and black women, if that's all it takes to destroy them, well, it seems to me that they need to go their separate ways, because if you're too weak that you can't function on seeing an interracial couple with a black woman, white man, and it's going to destroy the community, well, sir, your community's already destroyed. Okay? And like I said, it don't matter if there's only a few married couples and you hardly see them. People could make content of what they want. Okay? And look, it's growing every day. All right? Have you ever heard Mr. Rob about the avalanche effect? You know how an avalanche starts? A few little snowflakes coming down. Not much, not a lot, very small, just a few, right? No, it's nothing. But as snowstorms go by, a little accumulation here and there, little bits, it adds up. Every year there's more interracial couples of black women, white men. Okay? We don't have to be the big screw. What we need to be is the most successful, which we are. Okay? And interracial couples are not destroying the black community. What's destroying the black community is victimhood. Okay? Not marrying the women that you lay down with. That's destroying it. Okay, that's doing more damage than interracial couples dancing around on TikTok. Okay? So maybe you got to see what's really hurting the black community. Out of wedlock birth rate, low marriage rates, incarceration rates. I'm just saying, I mean, come on, there's a wealth gap between black and white Americans. Why is that? People say, well, it's white supremacy. They're holding black people down. No, what it is black men are not marrying black women, which when you impregnate a woman, you make her a single mother, you instantly put her into poverty. Okay? And yeah, it happens in all communities, but it happens a lot more in the black community. So really, you need to focus on what's really hurting. Interracial couples on TikTok ain't doing nothing except having fun making cute little videos. So what? And maybe you hardly see us, but you know what? We're living our best life. Black women, white men are the best option. We're doing the best. And even though everything's thrown at us with hate and people hating on us and having disgust for us, we're pushing through. I got 31 years of marriage. How many years of marriage do you got? And when it comes to marriage, uh, the gay community has the worst marriage rates. Okay? Black community has the worst until you get to same sex couples, and they're really doing horrible with marriage. Okay? And I'm not attacking you for your way of life, but I'm just saying you're attacking me for mine. And your little it's propaganda. So interracial couples that come together with love and want to express their love online is propaganda? Huh. Sounds to me like you have the propaganda. You have the hatred. And why does it bother you anyway? You're in a relationship with another man, you know? And if the black woman with the white man's destroying it is propaganda, what about the black man with the white woman? That's not propaganda. Oh, that's perfectly fine, right? But why do you care about black women and where they go? Because you don't care the black man gets a snow bunny. Looks to me you got yourself a snow fairy. I mean, I'm just saying. But to each his own. I'm just saying. But you're like in a weird space, conservative, but you're gay. You know, a lot of your followers probably don't agree with your lifestyle. I'm just saying. But I don't want to get into attacking him what he's doing. I just don't like this generalization. I don't like the hate that's pushed forward and making it sound like interracial couples are just propaganda and trying to destroy the black community. No, we're not. We're just trying to build families together. And we just happen to find somebody of a different skin tone that we love. Oh my God. Really? You did that? We can't? Focus on your space. Stay in your lane. Okay? Anyway, let's continue.
Because they are pushing black women this propaganda that black men are not good enough for them and that some white man is just going to be waiting in the wings to treat them like a queen, which is absolutely not true.
No, that is absolutely true. Because I was waiting in the wings to treat my wife like a queen. 31 years, jackass. You need to do your research. Okay? What black women are doing better in marriage with white men. Did you look at the stats before you started running your propaganda? Did you look at the stats? Okay? Now, I'm not saying every white man's a knight in shining armor. Yeah, there's crappy white men, sure. But black women do better in marriage with white men. You don't believe me? Look up the numbers. Maybe that's what you should research. You want the black community to be built up and strong? Why don't you focus on telling them to get married and marry the women in the community and build up the community? How about that? But no, you're worried about interracial couples dancing around and doing their cute little videos on your feed and you don't like it. You feel some kind of way. But you're not interested in the black woman. What are you doing? Isn't it funny how everybody can open up their options, but when black women and white men do it, it's like it's all propaganda, it's all a conspiracy, and I'm just like, whatever. All right, let me pull this down. Yeah, he's not with a black woman, he's with a white man. I mean, like what? Like, why are you worried? And maybe he goes both ways. Maybe he's attracted to black women too. Or maybe the black women are getting the white men he wish he could get. Because they're straight. They don't go that way. Maybe that's what his real problem is. Okay, enough of that. All right, but you see, there's propaganda out there. Okay, black women are being told white men don't like you. You got to be super skinny. You got to look like. No, that's a bunch of BS. You find someone that you're compatible with. Okay, we're people, right? And look, I found more love and happiness with black women than any other group of women. I mean, seriously, I'm just saying. Yeah, there are many videos with black men and Asian women, white women. And hey, I have nothing against that. That's their business. I have never went and attacked a black man being with a white woman. I've never done that. Never will. Okay, that's their business. And another thing, I don't go in on people's significant others and kids and none of that crap. Uh, anyway, okay. Now the second part of this show. Okay, let's talk about swirling to investment successfully. Okay, now you know what my channel's about. Okay, it's about taking your swirl to investment. That's why it says Roadrunner 89 swirl to investment. Taking your interracial love to marriage. Okay, this is not. I'm not into the swirl to have fun and to just do it. I'm in to the swirl to get to investment. Okay, doing it the right way. Open up your options for love, for marriage, to be with someone you love that loves you back. Okay, that's the reason we should swirl to get to investment. Okay. Now, I want to show you some slides of different people in the swirl world. Okay? All right. Now, here we got swirlers, right? What's a swirler? We know what that is. Someone that dates interracially. Okay? Now, this could be a black man and white woman. They're swirlers too. Okay? Um, Swirlers could be white man and Asian woman, or it could be like that too. But when we think of swirling, we think of black and white. Okay? But what is a swirler? Somebody that just dates interracially. Are they serious about it or just having a good time? It could go either way. Okay? In my younger days before I got married, I'd be considered a swirler. I interracially date, right? But now that I'm married, and this is where it gets tricky. People say, "Well, you're still a swirler. You have a black wife." And some would say, "No, you're not. You're not a swirler because you're not out swirling." Uh, I guess it could go either way. But what title I'd put myself in as an investor. Okay, and when I use the word investment, it means investing in the black woman, taking your swirl to investment. And when you marry somebody, you're investing in them. Okay, and both the man and woman are investing. The man, might be his love, his heart, his resources, his hard work. The woman invests her love, her compassion, you know, and they come together. They invest in each other. Okay, that's an investment. That's a marriage. Okay. But swirlers, they could interracially date, or they could go back and forth, date their own race, date outside the race, back and forth, and a lot of people swirl that way. Just hey, whoever they're attracted to, black or white, they go back and forth. Okay, that's a common thing. Okay, All right. And then, like I said, swirl to investment. Okay. Two people in love getting married. What about black man and Latina? Well, they could take their swirl to investment. If they do it for love, get married, take their interracial dating to marriage. I would call that swirl to investment too. Does that answer your question? Yeah, even with the Latina. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next is divested woman. Now, a divester. We heard about divestors. Now, this does not necessarily mean that this woman is dating white men or any other group of men. Okay? She's divested from the culture, the community. Okay? All right? But there are a lot of divested women that are in interracial marriages, interracial relationships. Okay? But if a woman tells you she's divested, white men, that don't mean she wants to date you. Okay? That just means she's divested. Okay? And then the investor. Okay? This guy is one that takes his swirl to investment. He's not looking to be with a black woman, he's looking to have a black wife. He's looking for the investment. Okay? I call that man the investor. Can a woman be an investor? Yes. Because a woman that gets married, accepts his hand in marriage, is also investing. Okay? These are the different people you're going to deal with in the swirling world. Okay? And then you got what I call the vanilla thug boy. Okay? He's a swirler too. He's one of these guys that not just wants to interracially date, but wants to live the black experience. Okay? And you see these guys walking around, they might wear gold chains, a do-rag. A lot of times they speak in slang, stereotypical, trying to, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But some of these women like the vanilla thug boy. I think and he's trying to play into that culture. He's wearing a gold chain because, the black guys he looks up to and he wants to live that black culture. He's wearing a do-rag on his head that does absolutely nothing for his hair, but he thinks it's cool. He thinks it's, something, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I call the vanilla thug boy. The one that, and ladies, you get with the vanilla thug boy, will he love you? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're just part of his black experience, okay? And a lot of times he's in the hip hop music, dresses that certain way, acts real stereotypical. Um, and a lot of black women tell me they're not really into these vanilla thug boy types, but there are a lot of black women that share in that hip hop culture. That some like the white man that acts like a black man in a way, the stereotypical, talks with slang, says certain words. Looks like vanilla thug boys are the worst. Then the chocolate ones, no difference really. Well, he's trying to be. Look, a lot of these guys look up to the black man. That's like kind of like their hero. They want to be like him. And look, there's nothing wrong with looking up to somebody of a different racial group. Maybe they got good character. They do things you look up to. But be yourself. Don't try to be them. You know what I'm saying? It just look. I have respect for people of all different races. There's an Asian guy I work with at work. He's got amazing character. He works hard. I look up to the guy. I think he's awesome. And that's like an inspiration. But I'm not going to walk around, talk with an Asian accent, and walk around with a kimono trying to be a stereotypical Asian dude when I'm a white guy. That'd be weird and goofy and stupid, right? I'm just saying. But these guys, they play the part. They want to. I think internally they want to be that black man. And like I say, you can look up to them, but be yourself. You can't change who you are. You just can't. Now, there's nothing wrong with liking the music and hey, do you? But I don't know. In my opinion, they go a little too far. But to each his own. Okay. All right. Let me take Vanilla Thug Boy off the screen. He's got his get up going though. Look at him. Yeah, he's out there thugging. All right. All right. Let's go swirl to investment. Okay, that's my category. Okay. I'm married to a black woman, been married for over 31 years. I took my swirl to investment. I've always had love for black women, love and respect. Black women are beautiful. Not just to look at, but to connect with. To connect with emotionally, spiritually. You know, when a black woman loves you, you know it. Okay? And the love of a black woman's like love from heaven above. Okay? Seriously. And I'm not just saying that. I've been married 31 years, so but yeah. But let's talk about swirling the right way. Okay? Being successful. Okay? Anytime you get in a relationship, okay? And what I'm going to tell you is you got to have a plan if you want to be successful. Now, sometimes you get the wrong person, and no matter how good you are, no matter how many things you do right, if you don't get the right one, it's still going to fail. Okay? But you got to have a plan to be successful. Okay? First of all, you need to look at that person. Okay? Of course, it's going to be physical attraction. Okay? That's what catches our eye. Oh my God, she's beautiful. Oh man, I want to get to know her. And we're so focused on the physical appearance, the beauty, the attraction, right? The physical attraction, that we miss out on all other areas. Okay? But you got to know who you're with. Okay? And ladies, and men too, you cannot fix who you're with. Okay? Ladies, the only one that can fix a man is a man that wants to be fixed in God. Okay? You cannot, and don't think that you're going to come in there like you're going to fix them like a Build-A-Bear project. Like you're going to make them the way you want, and you're going to show him some love, and he's going to straighten up and do right. Good luck. That does happen, but it's very rare. Okay? So you got to know who you're with. Okay? First of all, what are their beliefs? What are your beliefs? Do you have religious beliefs, values? How do you feel about faith? What's your religion? What's his religion? Do you mesh together? Okay? Now you look at that. What do you want in life? Do you want marriage? Does he want marriage, ladies? If he tells you, well, Not now. I'm just doing my thing. And well, if you want to wait forever, but that's a red flag. Okay. And I'm not saying jump into marriage right away. You got to get to know each other. Okay. But religion is a big one. Okay. With my wife, if I wasn't a Christian, that was a deal breaker. And it was with me too. Okay. But, and is that a deal breaker for you? Or is that a deal breaker for him? Okay. Now, what are your values, family values? And the thing of it is, the best way to get to know somebody is get to know their family. Now, you can have, ladies, you can find a good man that has trash parents, all right? Or it could go the other way. But a lot of times, the family, how they act, a lot of time reflects on their children. Okay, what's their family like? Are they traditional? Okay, are you a traditional woman? Do you want a traditional man? Okay, you got to look at these things because a lot of times us as human beings, we go for the attraction and they turn us on and we're all in, and then we don't know who the hell we're with. All we know is we're attracted to them, and that just that's like rolling the dice and hoping you get lucky. Okay? Religion's a big politics. How do you feel about politics? Is that a deal breaker? Because both me and my wife have family members on both political sides of the aisle that won't talk to each other because of freaking politics. Okay? How do you feel and who you're with about that? Okay? Yeah, this is important. And what do you want? How does he treat you on a date? Okay? When he takes you out, does he pay for it or does he expect you to come up with half? Because if the man really loves you, he's going to take care of everything. When I was dating my wife, she never paid for nothing. And if I couldn't afford to take her out, we just didn't go on a date till I got paid. That's just me. That's how I've been raised. I've been taught if a woman pays, it, it, it's unacceptable. Okay? It's shameful. And nothing against women having money and doing their thing, but I was raised that as a man, you got to take care of it financially, right? Now, is that the kind of man you want, ladies, or do you want a modern guy that you share the expenses and you want the modern relationship, or do you want the traditional one? Okay. Now, can both people work and have a traditional marriage? Yes. But here's the thing. If you go 50-50, guys, you got to do the housework too. You got to help with the kids because the woman can't do everything and work too. That's ridiculous. Okay? And when you get married, the wife you have, that is your treasure. Okay? That is your everything, the one you love. She's not an indentured servant. She's your wife. You need to treat her with love and respect. Okay? Now, but you got to think, what do you want? And ladies, I would say, and guys too, write a love letter. Okay? If you're single, well, if you're married in a relationship, write your wife or husband a love letter. That would be wonderful. But for people that are single, do this. Write a love letter to your husband or your future husband and wife. And write in that letter, okay, you want to fantasize a little bit and write them a love letter about what you appreciate about them, the nice things they do for you. Okay? And think about it. What do you want in a man, ladies? And guys, what do you want in a woman? Write it down. Write that future love letter now. Because what it does is it gets you thinking, what do you want, ladies, what do you want out of a husband? Do you want him to be hardworking? Do you want him to love you and express his love to you? Do you want him to connect with you emotionally? Okay. Do you want him to be a man of faith? Are you the kind that what do you want? Do you want somebody that is so in love with you, focused on you? I think everybody wants that. But, you know, write that love letter. Okay. But be realistic. Okay. Don't say, hey, you're the greatest because you're a millionaire and, we're okay. You might get married to a millionaire. I'm not saying that won't happen, but be realistic. Okay. But write that love letter. Okay. Also, do not give time to a non-black guy who listens to be black guys. Who doesn't even like? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Look, I'm telling you, I've had black friends that have tried to steer me the wrong way with black women. Okay, not saying they'll all do that to you, but there's a number of black men that'll try to sabotage your relationship. I don't know why. Maybe they just feel some kind of way that you're with a black woman. I've had men tell me, "Hey, just stay with the white woman. You're better off." Black women, you don't know what you're dealing with. They're kind of crazy, and I'm like, "Wow, black men told me." I thought you'd be like, and that always blew my mind. When I say I love black women, and I hear black guys saying, "Oh well, you can have them, whatever," or I'm just like, I would expect them to say, "Well, yeah, of course they're awesome." You didn't know that, but yeah. But write that love letter, ladies. Do that. Think about what you want. Do you want tradition? Do you want kids and marriage? Okay. And here's the thing: when you date, get to know his parents. Okay. If he don't bring you around the house, that's a red flag. That's a problem. I say for men and women, if that person you're dating is afraid to bring you home, you probably need to leave that person alone. Okay? If you're adults, if you're teenagers, I get it, you're scared. But if you're adults in a serious relationship, if they won't bring you home, you probably need to leave them alone. Just saying. Okay? When I was dating, that was my deal breaker. And if a black woman wouldn't take me to her house to meet her family, I was done. And I'd break my own heart because there's a couple women I was really into, and I was, oh. But I just felt if you can't bring me home to meet your family, then you don't really have love for me. And look, I always brought anybody I dated home, and it was all black women. So my family knew where I was going. Okay? They knew that before I was dating, yeah. Okay? But that's the thing. Will he bring you home? And how much time does he spend with you, ladies? Okay? Does he only see you certain times? And because look, if a man's in love with you, he's going to see you every freaking chance he gets. Let me tell you, when I was dating my wife, before we got married, I was working 3 jobs and I found time to see her every day. It didn't matter how tired I was. I made time. Because I was in love, right? Let me tell you, ladies, if a man really loves you, he'll make time for you. Okay? If he don't call you for a week or and sees you once in a blue moon, he's probably not interested. He's probably out playing the field, soaring his royal oats. Because that's what modern men do, right? They go out and they have fun and later on get married, right? Or maybe never get married because it's just a piece of paper, right? You got to look for these red flags and don't let your emotions force you to give in. Have your standards, ladies. Okay? And if you're a traditional woman and you believe that no sex till marriage, which everybody should do that anyway, okay? You probably want a traditional man because he understands you don't do this till marriage, okay? Because the modern everyday man out there thinks that if you're not sleeping with him, you don't care about him, okay? And that ain't true. You might be a traditional woman that wants to wait till marriage, right? Don't give up that standard, ladies, because you don't want to get pregnant by a guy that don't love you. Okay? If a man loves you, he'll wait. Have your standards. Okay? But you got to know what he's about. And guys too, the lady you're dating. Look, you're not going to change nobody. I was in a relationship before my wife, and I went and moved in with her, and I'm a Christian and that's wrong. And I knew it was wrong and I did it anyway, thinking that, okay, this ain't right, but I'll fix it. You know what? Yeah, my dad was very upset with me. And I'm like, well, he'll get over it. And, she'll come around and we'll make it work and we'll get married later on. We'll fix it. And, I'm just going to show her I love her. I'm going to work hard for her and I'm going to be there for her and I'm going to do all this. And you know what I got out of that relationship? Physical abuse, verbal abuse. This woman would actually hit me. Now, I never laid hands on her because I was taught not to. But that woman almost destroyed my life. And it was because I didn't get to know her. I was just, I'm attracted to her and, hey, just jumped in thinking that'd be enough. It's not enough. A lot of times we got to be disciplined. We got to be patient. Okay? So get out there, write that love letter. Have a plan. The men you want to date, ladies, you got to be where they're at. And guys, there's no excuse. You approach that black woman. Okay? Yeah, I'm getting tired of hearing black women, well, there's a white man that stares at me, but he don't do nothing. He just says hi. Damn it, man up. Approach. Those are the white men that are successful with black women. The ones that have the courage to go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a plan. And the more strategic you are, the more successful you'll be. Okay? And ladies, here's another thing. Do not date and marry down. Do not. Okay? If that man isn't everything you want, leave him alone. Don't, because when you date and marry down, when you do that stuff, or you sacrifice your standards, your relationship will not work. Number one, you won't be happy. Okay? Number two, that man most likely is going to take whatever you give him. Okay? If you let him do a part-time job and you're doing two jobs, being the breadwinner, there's a lot of men that are perfectly fine with you taking care of them. Ladies, do you want to take care of a man? Do you want to raise that man like he's your own child? Or you want a man to take care of you? Okay? Now you got to know their character, their financial situation, ladies. You know, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a man that's successful. That does not make you a gold digger. Okay? I mean, you want a man that can make some money and take care of you and your future kids, right? He's got to make money. Okay? This stuff of, well, it's not about the money as long as he loves you and he tries. Yeah, you know what that's going to get you? That's going to get you to take care of a grown man that has a mind of a child. And he's going to exploit you. Okay? So Noah's economic. Okay? What's he do for a living? Okay? Does he bring home a regular paycheck? I'm just saying. Because he's going to have to provide for you and the children. Okay? And if he can't afford it, he don't deserve you. My dad's most famous words he told me is, he said, son, if you can't afford a wife, you don't deserve a wife. Okay, and that's true. I told my son the same thing. If you can't afford a wife, you don't deserve a wife. Okay? It's our responsibility as men to take care of the women in our life. Okay? And we need to get to know who we're with. Ladies, it's very critical for you, okay? I mean, women naturally are more vulnerable than men, okay? I was in an abusive relationship, but that woman couldn't overpower me, okay? She hit me, yeah, it hurt, but it hurt more of my feelings than the actual physical hurt, okay? But, you know, I could walk away. But if you're a woman, you know, a lot of women are in abusive relationships. They can't just leave. You got to think about all the stuff, okay? And any race of man can harm you, okay? I'm just saying. There are good white men that love black women that will do anything for you. But there are some evil idiots sprinkled in the mix too, okay? Anything a black man can do to you, a white man can do also, and vice versa. And it's that the black community makes black women feel responsible for their traumas by gaslighting us from youth. I'm no longer bothered. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, and I think the reason more interracial relationships are happening is I think that, and here's what I think. I think black women and white men are taken for granted in our prospective communities. We are, okay? Black women, a lot is put on your shoulders, you know, to be race loyal, to be down for the black man, and you know, to be there for him and uplift him, and you know, and a lot of times you do so much for the black man with your love and affection and always being there. And I think a lot of those guys take it for granted and they expect it more than appreciate it. You know, in the white community, it's like that too. It's like a lot of times white women take white men for granted. You know. Oh, hello. Hey, Shelly, how's it going?
Hello.
How you
How are you?
doing? Okay,
I'm
I'm
doing
sorry.
well.
I think you were down there for a minute because this new StreamYard thing is kind of messing me up. I hope you weren't waiting long, but I'm sorry about the wait. So
No,
how's it going?
no, no. I was listening of the last time I went to the store, and when I came back, the phone wasn't working, and I was talking, and I was
Hmm.
saying some things, and when I went and watched the playback, you wasn't hearing anything. Like I was really talking, and you didn't hear.
Uh,
That was weird.
yeah, I lost you for a bit, and then you dropped off, and I was like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
went
I
to get
kind
some
of,
ice cream. I went to get some ice cream and came back, and the phone just like was not working. It was crazy.
oh, sorry about that.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
tonight my internet was horrible. We got a big storm, and oh, I had
Yeah,
to start all over, and then it was choppy again, and it
yeah.
looks,
It was glitching though, but I'm glad it worked itself out.
yeah, because I really didn't want to put this show on hold.
Mhm.
I really wanted to talk about this, and there's such a propaganda against black women and white men. It's like when black women and white men are getting together, it's like propaganda, or there's like a conspiracy to. But when black men and white women, it's like we
Well,
don't they don't get the same. It's like it's more acceptable. It's kind of
it
weird.
is. It is because a black man has said this years ago that it was more socially acceptable
Hmm.
for a black man with a white woman for whatever that is. It's just more acceptable for that.
Hmm.
And with black women and white men, and I think I have an idea of that. And because I was taking notes, I just want to I'm going to address this, and I just want to I want to double back or triple back from
Okay.
Miss by LGBT black man. And so
Oh yeah.
I want to say this. And this is my opinion. I think the reason why is the it's about power, and the white man is the epitome of power. Like he's on the top, right? And the white woman is right right behind him, right? You can't have
Hmm.
one without the other. And I feel like with a lot of people, what it's saying is that if if white men go with black men, it's like replacing white women
Hmm.
another woman against their own race of woman. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas the black man, he doesn't necessarily have any power, and they know that when black men prop up non-black women, then he is not going to have any power because he doesn't have the power of his woman. If you understand what I'm saying, explaining it right.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think it's looked at as they don't want to prop up the black woman against the white woman, with white men. They want to keep that power dynamic.
Right.
And so that's how I was looking at it. They don't want choosing the white woman over them. You know what I mean? And so with the white woman and the black man is like, well, um, he could date the white woman because as long as he's not dealing with his own race of woman, then he's not a threat, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
Because like he's
Yeah.
propping up other races of women. So that's how I look at it. Like it's more acceptable because it's like, well, he's not gonna try to overrun the system if he's with a white woman. So that's how I was thinking.
All right. You think maybe white society accepted it more because of that, or because I,
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
think white
I,
society accepted it more because it's like, well,
yeah, I believe that too. Yeah, in fact, that is true because, see, the white community, and I'm not talking about the whole white community. I'm talking about like the more like white nationalist type, or that the be with our own race type of white community. I think they accept the white woman dating out or marrying out. They deal with that. It's like it's not really a big deal. They won't like it, but it's like, well, she's rebellious, whatever. But when the white man does it, that's when it all falls apart. And that's where, see, if the white man, and here's the thing, if people are really against white supremacy, then let the white man date and marry black women. I'm serious, because the white power structure, sort of say, in the racial sense, the man has to be part of it. He has to be the leader of it. Because when the white man says, you know what, I'm dating out, I don't care, I want what's best for me, and he's not thinking in the collective, because in order to be a racist or a white supremacist, or, you know, someone that's pro-black, you got to think in the collective. You can't. But if you're like an individual thinker, you can look at things how they really are and not through a biased lens. You know what I mean? It's like with my life. I've always loved black women, and but I don't think collective like the white community used to think back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I want to do, and and I think if people really wanted to get, well, if you want to get rid of white supremacy, you got to get rid of black supremacy. You can't have, you got to just get rid of it completely, and we just come together as people. But you're right on that. They always accept Becky going with Tyrone. That's perfectly fine. But when the white man does it, it's a problem. And and I've seen it, and things have changed so much that it just, when I never hear white men complaining about black men with white women. I never hear it. But in the past they'd be upset about it, but it's like white men don't care. And and then we're seeing a shift of white men going with other groups of women because white men want something different. And we're passing white women dating out. We date out more than date and marry out more than white women do. Um, it used to be the white man was the most race loyal. That's not that way anymore. That's changed. Um, and I think it's because we're looking at things more individually than in the collective. I hate collective thinking. I'm more of do what's best for you. And I just can't be with white people because they're white and I got to stand with them. That to me is stupid. You go with people that share your values and your character. But anyway, sorry, I'm kind of getting winded.
No. That's fine. Yeah, I believe that, well, things are changing, and I just wanted to piggyback on what the black man said about on his timeline.
Uh-huh.
Um, what he was saying. The reason why he's seeing it more on his timeline is because that's what's happening in the real world. That black
Yeah.
women have opened up their options. So by him saying, "Well, I don't see it in real life or whatever," and stuff like that, I am not on social media with my boyfriend, because I just don't.
Mhm.
I don't think that to share everything that needs to be shared. I do
Right.
follow a lot of black woman, non-black men content, and there's a lot on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. So what
Yeah.
he's basically seeing is real life. So the algorithm is not going to feed you something that's not happening. That's what's happening in the real world, and that's what's popping up on his timeline. And he also has an option not to watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it pops up, if something comes in, um, into my algorithm that maybe I watch something else that was pertaining to that, because you said that he was in a relationship with a white man. So because
Yeah.
he's probably looking at relationships with white men and black men, and automatically, because even with me, like I look up black women with non-black men, and black men and white women and Asian woman, whatever, would pop up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, that's just how it is,
Yeah.
right? Because it's a similarity, right?
Right.
So, but if he does not like that particular content, he could just log off. And the real issue that he's having, number one, regardless if he's gay or whatever, and with a white man, he's still a black man. He does not want to see black women with white men, because it's like an underlining, um he still have that the white man is an oppressor mindset. He's looking at the black woman and the white man as if the white man is like doing something to her, right? You know, he's not gonna come out and
Yeah.
say it, you know. But I mean, he did say, because he's saying that, well, what they're basically showing is that black men is not good enough for black women, and
Hmm.
it bothers him because he's still a black man. Whether you know, whether he's, you know, swing for the other team or not, it bothers him. And also, I don't know if you remember the conversation I had with you a while back when I said that a lot of black men feel some type of way about it, is because it takes away the black woman constantly coming to the defense of black men, right?
Mm.
Because if you're, yeah, because if you're in a relationship with another race of man, and you know you're married, or that's your boyfriend or whatever, then you're focused on that relationship, you're focused on that man.
Right.
And so what that does is it takes away from that black woman coming to the defense of every black man, because you have your own relationship, right? It's
Right.
like, okay, if you're with this white man, why are you just overly concerned? You know what I mean? And that's what he's afraid of. It's like, well, if black women are going over there, then who's gonna have my, you know what I mean? Like, who's gonna
Yeah.
have my back? Like, who's gonna come to
Yeah. I.
having uh he sees like black men and women would feel like want black women to be there, and you have to constantly be there to protect black men, constantly be there to um protest for black men. And so what a lot of black men are realizing is that no, black women are not going out there marching and yelling and stuff and that. No, we're pulling back our energy, and we're focusing on ourselves, and that's what he's seeing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so and Sweet Rose said something in the comment. She said white men are seen as having power, so black men feel ashamed when they see white men, black women together. Yes, right?
Yeah.
It's that power dynamic, right? And that's yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So he's like, well, the white man is taking away um the source, right? And the source is black woman. And also, real quick, I just wanted to say this, with the biracial woman, what she was saying, and it ties into what Sweet Rose was saying, is
Yeah.
because when she said, well, how is that black women are going, you know, to other races of men and building them up? You know, she's supposed to build a black man up, and, you know, all the garbage that she was saying. And I said in the chat, I was like, well, I thought it was like the men were supposed to build up the community. Why, you know, you're just focused
Right.
on black women. And so it ties in, is that if the black woman is going over there, then her focus is not on the black man, and the black man needs the black woman. If black women don't march, if black women don't protest, if black women don't you know, just like what the guy that got out alive with his white baby mama or whatever, if black woman shuts it down, nothing is gonna move.
Mm.
Nothing is going to move.
Right.
Right. And so that's what she's saying. She's like, well, the black man is here suffering and you're over there with the white man. You're taking away that power dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You're taking away that source of help for the black man. And I also commented, I'm like, I thought black men was getting their passports. I thought that black men was out here winning. They said that they're winning, that they get, they all races of women like them. But at the end of the day, all races of women may like you, but it's always the black woman that's always going to march for you. It's always the black woman that's going to protest for you. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so when he sees a black woman with a white man, it represents power because in the white community, the white man is the power source, and in the black community, the black woman is the power source. So you have
Right.
two of that dynamic, and that's the problem. So he sees the white man, that's the epitome of power, and the black woman, and he hates it, you know. And yeah, that's what I got
Right.
from the two videos.
You know what? I thought about this, and I've said this before, but really, the interracial thing, open up your options. Black women hold the key. Okay, it's really up to the black woman how far this goes. Now, there are going to be black women that open up their options always and forever. There's going to be some black women that do that because they want to do that. There's going to be white men that want to be with black women. I mean, it's always going to be there. But black women could really turn the tables and really flip the script like no other. If black women start getting fed up, and it's like black women will talk to me and say, well, where are these white men at that are interested in black women, and acting like it's not happening, and what do I do, where do I go? But if a black woman gets determined and says, you know what, that's it, I'm going over here, she'll just make it happen. you, you you know what I mean? And when that happens, we're going to see a huge shift. And it don't take all white men going to black women in droves, because there's millions more white men than black women. Black women are only 7% of the country, and the second majority is white men. The first is white women. That's the biggest group. But number two is white men. And if black women decide they want to get with white men, they can have it. And
Yeah.
it don't take, they don't have to have most white men liking them, which most do. They just, there's that barrier there. But if black women decide that's what's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's not the white man that's going to make it happen. It's the black woman, because black women really choose the man. We don't choose the woman. We'll pursue women, sure, but it's up to her whether we get accepted or rejected. And once black women accept white men, it's game over. It's a done deal. And I think people are afraid of that happening. They're holding on to it, saying, well, this is the smallest group. It's not that many, but it keeps growing. It keeps growing. Well, there's less than 1%. Well, okay, there's 1%. There's 3%. There's only 9%. It keeps growing. And I think people fear that. And I think a lot of these pro-black groups fear that. Um, and of course, pro-white groups do too, because they want to be segregated. But telling you, black women hold the key and don't even know they do. In my opinion, I think black women will decide how far this goes. I'm just saying. and I believe that. But I mean, because I've seen black women out there that feel they can't do something, they get determined, they just make it happen. Um, Black women are very resilient. You know, but that's just my thoughts about that. But I do believe that. I think, you know, but anyway. But I do think that we need to open up our options more. I think more black women, more white men need to open up their options. I think we'd be better off as a nation. I think, you know, I think we'd all benefit from it. I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but I do believe that. But anyway, okay. But you go ahead. I've been talking so long. All right. Let's say every time I see a black man, white woman together, they always look at me and want attention. It's weird. That's crazy. Yeah. Uh-oh, I lost her. Okay. Oh, here she is. Hey, there you are. What happened? You just dropped off? Your mic is muted. Oh. Can you hear me, Shelly? Can you? Okay, I think she might be having audio problems. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Let me put that up there. Can you guys hear me okay? I think you can hear me okay.
And
Oh, hey, there you are. Hello?
yeah, it's all of a sudden it's glitching.
Yeah, I was like talking and
It's
then
glitching again. I just wanted to say two things.
okay.
Yeah, and I was talking and you couldn't hear me. Even when I had unmuted my mic, I was talking, but it's like I don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
I don't know, maybe just the
But I just wanted to
connection.
say something real quick. There is a big difference. Yeah, but there is a difference between the way white men and black men approach women, and I'm not talking about the dusty white guys that copy
Yeah,
black men. White men do not um do not approach women like black men do. A black man would like look at you and come over to you and talk. White men are not gonna do that. White men would stare. You understand what I'm saying? And so
yeah,
like a lot of times black women are like, well, where are the other white men at? Like they're thinking that they're going to approach a woman the way that a black man would, and that's not true. It's not.
yeah,
That's not even like with Asian men. They do not do that. Okay. Now they would stare at you, and if you engage in a conversation and stuff like that, they would talk to you regularly, but they're not going to be like, even this one black guy that I work with, right? He told my coworker that he liked me, that I was pretty, blah 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 blah. And the first thing that came out of this man's mouth was, "When are we going to hook up?" I said, "Excuse me." I was
wow.
like, "What?" No, he didn't say hook up. He said, "When we going to link up." When we going to
Wow.
link up? That's how you talk. Yeah, that's how they talk. I'm like, and no. When I told my friend, I said, first of all, and then she walked away. I said, first of all, do not walk away because I don't even know what the hell was that. She was like, oh, he was like, he like you. I was like, it doesn't matter. That's not what you say to somebody the first
Right.
time when we gonna link up. What?
Yeah. I
No, hello, I think you're beautiful, blah 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 blah. Get to know me. It's like when you that's all they want. They just want to hook up culture. And when it's white men, they actually want to date you. They want to take you out. They want to get to know you. So it's a
right.
difference. And I was like, I shut that down real quick. I was like, first of all, I'm not even speaking like that, first of all. You know, no. So it's gonna be a difference. So they're thinking that the white man is gonna approach him like because he like you, but he just wants to know if you are, if you are somebody that's interested too. He might look at you and be like, oh, he probably date white, black guys or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So if you smile back and you give him an invitation, like, okay, she's nice, she's cool, and stuff like that, and then he will make the initiative to talk. But they're not gonna. Most of the white men that I have dealt with, they're not gonna just oh, when we're gonna link, they're not gonna do that. They will smile at you, laugh at you, or whatever. Even they might even ask you question like, oh, where's the store or whatever, to just strike up a conversation, and then you go on from there. Because that had happened to me as well, you know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, well, you want something from the store? And I'm like, oh, that would be cool, or whatever, it's a coffee or whatever. And then that's how the comment, that's how it, they get in there. But they're not just gonna come over to you, but like, yeah, we're gonna link up. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a cultural thing. Even when white men are with white women, they don't just most of the time don't just go up to them. They kind of
Exactly.
feel their way in, and they get to know you, and then they make their move. Um,
Yeah.
and with black women, it's going to be slow. It's going to even be slower because white men, I'm going to tell you what they're thinking. Okay. And I could speak for white men, and I'm going to. And not all think this way, but I'd say a majority does. Is when they approach a black woman, a lot of them are very careful. They don't want to offend black women. And the perception we get is when we talk to a black woman, we got to say all the right things. We don't want to mess up, we don't want to offend her. And we hear on social media all the time that, black women, well, they'll go with the black man because he understands her more, or he can relate to the struggle. The white man don't know. So we take that in and we're like, and sometimes white men will try to get to know so much about black culture, which that really ain't going to help you. Um, I'd say to white men, quit listening to people online and just treat her like a woman with love and respect, and make your move, but do it with love and respect. Don't, you know what I mean? Um, and I think there's confusion because
Normal
black,
because
yeah,
mhm.
yeah. I was just saying that there's some confusion because there's black women that think, well, dang, he just stares. It's kind of weird and creepy, and it's not like he's being creepy. He's admiring you, but he's either unsure or waiting to make his move. Um, it's like a process. It's not like oh my God, she's fine and just goes for it. I mean,
Yeah. And also you gotta also show him that you are interested, by smiling as well. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? A lot of
that's
men,
a
they're not gonna approach if you don't smile back. So he's like, okay, well, she's not interested, and you're like, okay, well, why don't he talk to me? Because we are so used to black men just coming up in your face, hey, can I get your number? Walking up
mhm.
behind you, and so we're used to it. So we think that all men are going to do that, but it's nothing scary about that. Like when if you watch these interracial couples with these black men, black women, and white men, they are regular people talking about regular things. Okay,
Right.
it's not scary. It's just like regular, you know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
with the black
It,
woman that said that she wants to date a white man, but she doesn't know if they would like her because she's have a certain look, and that is not true. Okay, trust
it's
me, I
not
have seen
true.
white men. Yes, I have seen white men with thick, big booty woman.
Hmm.
I've seen white men with light skin, afro. I've seen black. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. White men with black women with braids, black women with weaves, black
Yep.
all. It doesn't matter. Different sizes. I remember my ex. Um, I wanted to lose weight. I was like, oh, I think I'm too big, and he's like, please don't. Like, you're fine just because I have like big hips and big butt,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, please, don't. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's the type of black woman that he likes, is a more curvier type of body. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? Because when I look at his ex, we all have like a similar shape. So he likes like an hourglass pear shape.
Right.
So
Right.
every white man does not know. So what she's seeing online is just the black woman glowing and just being happy, and she's just equating that to them being skinny, because I follow black women white men contact, and most of the black women, they all have different shapes,
They do.
from BBW to stick thin to light bright to black cocoa colored. You understand what I'm saying? All different. You go on my timeline, that's all you see.
Right. Right.
All you see. Yes.
And that's true. And looking at that woman, I was like, why does she even think that? I mean, she's attractive. Guys would be more than happy to date her. Heck, I mean, but people they take stereotypes and they think that us white men we want a woman that just skinny with no shape, just like Popeye's girlfriend. You know what I mean? It,
Yeah.
and that ain't true at all.
And she
And
needs to
most
even. Hmm.
Yeah, and white men that date black women, they love black women how they are. They're not trying to get the black woman to look like the white woman. We're not. Look, if we're dating black women, we want the black woman. We don't want the black woman with the white woman's body or features. We want the black. We want the general. The true black woman. We love black women. We embrace everything about the black woman. And I will say this, and the thing about us white men, we don't care if the black woman wears a weave or braids we'll have our preference of hairstyle, but we don't really care about that. And the skin tone, we don't care
I
about
have.
that either. Um, people will say, well, white men go for the darker complected women, and I say it's not that. It just um more I think more darker skinned complected black women are more open because they get shamed by black men. I think that might be a thing. Um, but I've never people say that the black women that I've dated and my wife is dark complected, but I didn't pursue black women because of how dark they were. I just seen them as a black woman, and I see the black woman as beautiful. A- and we really don't think about that. I didn't even know what I I didn't even realize my wife's dark complexion. I just know she's a black woman until it was pointed out. We really don't think about that, and I think that's a good thing because and if we're not noticing that, we're really looking at the black woman for being who she is. and and with that mindset, we're kind of, it's taken away that fetishization stereotype, I would say. I
Yeah,
but
I think for someone like her, all she has
mhm.
to do is, because they're all over, like the black man was saying, that's all he's seeing on his timeline. If she would just type in black woman, white men, she would see an array of different types of black women. It's like, it's crazy to me that in 2025 black women still feel this way. Like I don't understand, 'cause that's all I see. I have big hip and a big butt, and I have big breasts, and white men love me. I don't know. I was catching white men with my afro, like, you put a net into the ocean to catch fish. I don't know what is with natural, like the afro hair with white men, but
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
I'm telling you, what? Let me come
yeah.
out with my. I'm telling you, it's a thing, boy. Like I'm telling you, it's like it's something with the 4C here and
Mm.
white men, and me having a big butt didn't stop anything. As they love my big butt, you know, you know what I mean.
Mm.
And that's
Yeah,
nothing. And that's not fetishizing or nothing. That's somebody appreciating your body. Like my ex was like, you don't need to lose no more weight. He loved my curves. You know
right.
what I'm saying? He loved that. And he was. I don't think that he was fetishizing or nothing. Just like if you was with a black man and he liked your big butt and your big breast, like what's the difference? He liked your feminine body, even if you don't have a big butt and you have a small waist. Like some of these women on they're thin, and a white man loves her. Men like different body types, so there's going to be a white man that's going to look at her and be like, wow, like she got, I love her shape and stuff like that. There's gonna be a white man like, you know what? I love locks. I love locks. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I love the fact that you're from the Caribbean. I love the fact that you're, and you're gonna have some white men like that love that you're dark skinned. You understand? It's gonna
Right,
be a different array, different. All white men are not a monolith. So we gotta, her coming out there and saying that, it's a good thing, because then you're gonna have black women that's with black white men that's gonna come out and say, no, honey, no, that's not true. Like, look on my page or whatever. Go on and just type it in, and you're gonna see different body types, different complexion, different hairstyles. It doesn't matter, you
right.
know.
Yeah, and you know what blew my mind? You, when I started watching YouTube, the thing about the hair, because I've never, my wife's had weaves and different hairstyles and braids and she's done the natural thing, and you know and I've never heard anybody complain about a black woman's weave till I watched YouTube. And then I was like, what is this? Seeing black men go attacking black women because of a weave or their hairstyle. I'm just like, I'm thinking, to me, that just seems feminine. That to me, that's like whatever a woman's hairstyle is in her makeup. That's a woman's thing. That's a woman's department, right? So you leave that to women. I mean, I never understood that. Like, what's a weave hurting anybody? I mean, maybe you prefer natural, but who cares? I mean, there's certain hairstyles I like on my wife, but whatever she wants to do and she feels beautiful doing it, I'm all for it. Um, and that just blew my mind because I had never heard that before. Not even from my wife's family. None of the men that and my wife's family's black, so they have black wives and girlfriends, and I never heard them complain about a weave or a wig or natural, or I just I never heard that till I
And
started watching YouTube. It's weird. Go ahead.
the funny thing is that with my natural hair
Hmm.
in the afro, when I wear it up, I do not get approached by black men. And
Oh,
I,
that's
like I'm gonna
weird.
tell you, I only, when I would walk around with my afro, it would be literally, and I'm gonna tell you in that order, it would be white men and Spanish men. Like I was
Wow.
in the store one day and it was two black women that was in the store. I had my afro and it was up, and this Spanish guy literally walked in the store. These two black girls had their weaves in, and I'm on the line, and this guy literally walks in the store. It was like, oh my God, I love your hair. It's so
Oh,
beautiful. And I said, thank you. And the two black women, they were like, huh? Like they was looking at me like, you know what I mean? Yes. And I felt so good. I was like, mm-hmm. And these black men would tell you that they like, they what it is, they like a certain type of natural hair. They like the more curly, looser texture,
mm.
right? They
I
don't they don't they do not like the 4C hair. And a black man came, he I don't know what podcast he
it's
was, but he said that the reason why black women wear weaves is because they're trying to attract white men. They're trying to be like white women. And when I tell you, and other black women would tell
yeah. I
you that they attract more white men with natural hair.
hmm
Now, yes, you have white men that don't care, but when I
yeah.
tell you the truth, and other black women, if you take a poll with black women, they say when you go out, who pays more? It's always white men. Black women that wear weaves are the black woman that's trying to attract black men.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, that's who black woman is wearing the weave for, not white men.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. You're
I'll go to
probably right.
Harlem, and when I see a black, a black woman with a white man,
Hmm.
and she has her natural hair, she has her natural hair, walking around with their little baby, with their little biracial baby.
Hmm.
Okay, and she just walking around happy. A coworker of mine, black, dark skin. Okay,
Uh,
beautiful complexion. She has her natural hair, and she's married to a white man.
hmm.
So I don't know where that
You,
is.
you know what?
A
I always thought the Afro would. I always loved it back in the '70s. Even when my wife takes her braids out, sometimes I'll help her take them out, and her hair grows fast when she puts in braids, and it'll look so good, like it'll be poofy. And I'm like, you should wear it like that. She's like, no, no. I mean, if she wears it natural, she'll like comb it and do a. I mean, her hair is neat because it's poofy. Um, but I mean, I always thought it was attractive. And the 4C hair, I don't. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. It's different, and that's what makes black women unique. They got their own beauty, different from any woman on earth. You know, and whether she goes straight or natural, or I mean, black women are beautiful. You know, but I think you're right because. But what's weird is you. I think you're onto something because you can watch these black shows like Love and Hip Hop, and you see the women with weaves, but you hear black men complaining about it. It's like they're complaining about what they want. Then I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird because that's not reality. Black women wear
Yeah.
those weaves to attract black men because they notice that black men love long hair. And did you see the episode with Pop the Balloon,
Uh.
where um, the black man said that the woman, she was very beautiful. She
You're kind of you kind of you're
like
cutting out,
natural
kind of.
hair, like see here. They prefer a looser. They prefer a looser texture.
A
They
looser
prefer a
text.
looser texture.
Wow.
So every time you see a black woman, you would see her most of the time with a black man. She's having wearing, and you can pull up videos after videos. Maybe next hair they attract more white men than they do with black men, and I have experienced this in
Hmm.
real life. I've never gone out with my natural and the white men just be breaking in that look, and they love it. They love it. So I don't know. It's like white black men are just lies. That's why I don't date them. No, it's true. Even like
Yeah.
even in the comment, Sweet Rose is saying Shelly beautiful is true. I wear my natural black when I wear my natural, black men don't speak. But when I blow my hair out straight, black men want to talk. White men compliment my hair and braid. I'm telling you.
And braids.
I'm telling you. Yes, she had a short fro and he didn't like her 4C hair. I'm telling you. So with the
Wow.
black woman, and you see black cat telling you, when black woman is wearing the weave, they're wearing the weave to attract black men. They're not wearing the weave to attract white men. They're not.
Hmm.
They're wearing the weave to attract black men. Okay?
I never knew that or
Yeah.
thought of that. I've been married so long, I don't even.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You can look it up. You can look it up on TikTok where black women talk about their experiences. And black men swear up and down we're lying, but we're not. I would get looked over. They say they don't like weave. I would be sitting down with my afro next to a black woman with a long weave, and the black man would talk to her and would ignore me. They wouldn't say anything to
that
me.
that is weird though. That
Yeah,
they
I'm
prefer
telling you, it's the truth.
looser hair. You think?
It's a different. It's a yes. They do. They prefer like a 3C. They prefer a looser curl. They don't like the tight coil of 4C hair.
Oh, I
You
like
can
the
look it up
tight
right now. Just
coil.
type in.
I like the
You could just type it in
4C.
right now. Yeah, you
Mm.
could type it in right now, and you can see all over TikTok. Black women are saying like, no, when we wear our natural hair. When I tell you when I see a black woman with her natural hair, I go out of my way to compliment her. I'm like, I love your hair, sis. I'm loving the fro, sis. Like, oh, thank you. Whatever, because that's who they want to attract. They want to attract black men, but black men will just walk past them. It has happened to me. They would walk past me. They're like a fit, feminine, and friendly, but they would walk past me and walk up to the 250-pound Latina. Yeah,
Yeah.
they prefer a certain type of natural hairs, the 4C looser curl.
Wow. I never thought about that. I the way they talk like weaves like so horrible, and I'm like, what? I don't know. It's weird, but they prefer that. But you know what? Now that you
Sometimes you
say
can.
that, when I see some of these shows, most of the women got weaves that are with black men. Wow.
Exactly. All of
You
them, I'm
learn.
telling you. So when that,
I,
hmm
no, I knew there was like a colorism type thing going on, light skin, dark skin, red bone, yellow bone, all that stuff. which I thought was dumb. I mean, she's a black woman. I mean, I yeah, but I've heard people say that there's texturism too.
Yes, yes.
That
And
that
anytime you see a black woman with a black man, she has on a weave.
hmm. Now that you say it, I'm like, wow.
Wait, somebody
I
says that's not all true, but it's mostly true. I wear weaves and I wear it for myself. I'm married to an African, but I don't want to attract black men. And then she says, but mostly she's correct. There's black women married to white men who wears weaves and wigs sometimes too. Yes. No, I wasn't saying that they don't wear weaves and stuff like that. But I think the conversation is that not like 4C here. I said that in my experience, I attracted more white men with my natural 4C hair than I did black men. Yes, you have, like I said, on you follow me, like all my timeline is nothing but interracial coupling, black woman, white men, black woman, Asian men, and they
mhm.
have braids. It doesn't matter. Some have natural hair, but I was just saying that for the most part, where most black women who have wore their hair like in this natural 4C state, they do not attract black men. And it's, yes, it's a preference. I'm not saying that black women should just be not. No, if you don't want to, you do whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's whatever. If the
Right.
guy's gonna like you, he's gonna like you. At the end of the day, if he's attracted to you sexually, he's gonna be attracted to you sexually. If he likes a curvy woman and you're a curvy woman, he's gonna like you. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a wig. It doesn't matter. He's just gonna see your curve and he's gonna be like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's a
Hmm.
weave, a afro, a braid. It never stopped nothing. Okay, it never
Yeah.
stopped. If that man is attracted to you, he's just he's wants to. He's gonna go. It doesn't matter. But I was just saying that from what I have experienced and other black women have experienced, black men do not like afro hair.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and he said yes. The black woman interracial relationship tend to wear braids and natural hair. Most of, yup, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? My wife wears braids a lot. I like braids though. I've always liked braids. Yeah.
But so let me just say this one final.
Okay.
So yeah, so there might be a conspiracy to not, to have black women and white men stay apart, but that's not working because like what that black man said, that's what he's seeing on his timeline. That's what he's seeing. What he's seeing is reality. What he's seeing is the real world. So he's seeing it more and more because more and more black women have opened up their options. So um
Yeah.
it's not gonna go back. Whatever they're trying to, the conspiracy or whatever, no, it's not working. Black women have decided, the delegation of black women have decided that we're not gonna no longer do struggle love. We're not just gonna just um only date black men. We're going to open up our option, be it white, Asian, Indian. It doesn't matter. If he likes you, he respects you, okay? And he is not a dusty. So we don't do struggle love in no race, okay?
Right.
We're opening up our options. Okay, and most of us are seeing that it's better over there, and we're not going to come back. So, what he's seeing on his timeline, he could get mad all he wants to, like, oh, that's not in real life. No, that is in real life. That's why you're seeing it more. And I hope more and more black women um, flood his algorithm with that. And
Right.
if it hurts his feelings, I hope it hurts his feelings even more. because we're not going
Right.
back. It's a new day. It's 2025. Nobody's doing that. And if, black woman, open up your option. Just type in black woman, white man, or black woman, non-black men. I have it on my Pinterest page. You'll see different types. Don't be afraid. If you see a white man, he keeps staring at you, smile back. If he smile back and whatever. They're like regular men. It's not nothing hard. It's not science. Okay? It's not,
Yeah.
no. Just have a regular conversation. Just keep yourself open. Don't go into it look like, oh, I wonder he's gonna say this. No, just be yourself. Just be a regular woman. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Stop. What are you afraid of? He is a man. Like, you're a woman. Okay?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. And when you have that relationship, you don't even think about, oh, you're black, I'm white. You're not thinking about that all the time. Uh, with me and my wife, we don't even think about that. We're married. We've been married for 31 years. I mean, we think about our family and things we can do together when I get time off work, and we just live in our life like normal people do. And I think we the thing of it is that's frustrating is we make interracial dating harder than it has to be. It's like I don't know if it just black women, white men just psych themselves out so much, and it's not that hard to do. I mean, we're people. It just, and I think it's just a lot of conditioning, a lot of, propaganda, a lot of stereotypes and myths that people try to push. And really, at the end of the day, look, there are black women and white men that say they won't, that they only date their own race, but they do date out. A lot of times they say that just with the crowd they're with. I'm just saying. Because I've seen people that said they'd never do it and did it. You know what's funny, Shelley, is I had a high school reunion, and there was a couple black girls that wouldn't. No, they weren't into that interracial thing, but they ended up marrying white men. So I mean, never say never. I
Yeah,
think
never
that
say
stuff's funny.
exactly.
Yeah, never say
Yeah,
you're
never
not
say
going to do
never.
something, right?
And that's exactly what you're gonna end up doing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like listen, I hope I don't know if you could the woman that the black woman that was like she don't know if a white man would like her body type. Um I was wondering if you could get like in contact with her or whatever. I don't know if you could follow her and stuff like that. Bring her
I
over here. Be like, listen, hey, no, sis, that's not true. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna say, sis, no.
you know what? I'm you know what? I'm going to do that too. I'll follow her page and say, you know what? You're totally wrong. And
Yes, bring her over here. Everybody go on her page and like and encourage her and bring her over here.
right,
Tell her that we have this whole community right here. And yeah, like we gotta start doing that. When we see these black women that's like they're not too sure, we're gonna have to start following them and say, no, sis, that we're in a relationship, this is what's going on. No, you know what I mean? And bring them into the community so they won't be afraid. I think a lot of the times they are
yeah,
afraid and it's like conditioning, and so we got to
right,
recondition their minds. So
right.
definitely we're gonna bring her into the fold, guys. Let's do it.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to her page. Just show her some love and tell her, no, you're beautiful. They would love to date you. You know that. And that makes people feel good when
Yes.
show give them a compliment like that. Show her some love. Yeah,
Oh, can I say something real quick? um
yeah.
Brown Ebony Goddess says, that's what discouraged me too. I am short and curvy and didn't think white men like, I can't see because it said that thing, like curvy black woman. Until now, I'm seeing black women on Instagram with African women who aren't too skinny. Gabby Sidibe got a white man with her size. I used to think the same thing. Oh, you see? So look. So now that you see, exactly. So because you're seeing it on the Insta, what she said on Instagram. Yes, because you're seeing on Instagram, you're seeing white men with different size black
Right.
women. Yeah, so now your eyes are open. Like I said, I'm curvy. I'm curvy, and I don't have no problem. Listen, I was even this Asian guy was trying
Eh,
to get with
You,
me
you,
too.
you know what? She says
Okay.
that she's
Yeah.
discouraged because she's short and curvy.
And
Well,
she didn't think
short and
that
curvy.
white guy would like curvy black women
Oh,
until she
you
saw
know,
on Instagram. Yeah, they got some beautiful African woman that's thick, and they're married to white man.
yeah, short and curvy is a good thing.
hmm
Yeah, that's
She said, "Yes, I'm seeing it more and more now. I wish I had hope. I wish I had back then." Yeah, that's what it is. But since now that we have TikTok and Instagram and everything, so everything is now out in the open. So now you can see in real
right.
life. Like I say, I follow a wide variety of interracial couple with black women and non-black men. It would be it Asian men, and some of their wives are thick.
Yeah.
Okay, some of their wives are thick. They got nice hourglass shape, big boobs and hips, and that Asian man love all up on her.
Hmm.
hmm I
Yep.
don't know if I can I plug a I don't know if if I could say it on your channel, but there's a channel. I don't know if I should. Can I? Do I have your permission to say it?
Yeah, if they're yeah, if it's no profanity.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no. It's
yeah.
it's a it's a black woman. She has a channel called Black Woman in China. You can follow her, and she lives in China, and
Oh,
she
okay.
puts
What?
up video of Chinese men.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anytime you talk about a black woman's channel and stuff, yeah, you could promote it here. I don't mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so you can go on her channel, and she shows Asian men with African women, and
Mm,
there's another channel called uh Demo's World. She's a thick, beautiful chocolate sister, and she's married to a white man. And the white man her husband had to come online and defend his wife because there were black men in his comments saying that he couldn't handle all that black woman because she's thick. She's a curvy black woman. And he came online, he was like, I can handle all of that. Okay.
mm.
Okay. He came online. He was like, let me tell y'all something. All of that air, I handle all that air. Okay. It's no problem for me. And he said it with his whole chest. He said, I handle all that. Okay. That is not an issue for him. And she is a curvy woman. Okay. And he said he
Mm,
can handle all that air. Okay.
mm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I
Yes. Yeah, he can. I'm gonna send you the video. And that's on
Oh,
that's on
okay.
her channel too. That was on her channel. Black woman in China. That's on her channel. And yeah, he was like, He said, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. I can handle it. He said, don't worry about that. I got that. Okay? And she's curvy. So don't think that because you're curvy or whatever, no. Okay? Yeah, so you could go. I'm gonna send you the video, and you could look at it. Yeah, and he said it. And then maybe next time when we come on, you can play the video. Yeah, he said no. I can handle that. Don't worry about
Okay.
that.
What's that? Umar Johnson said something like that too. Man, I tell you, that Umar Johnson is, man, he's a train wreck. Oh
He still
man.
ain't built that school.
Yeah. Well, he hadn't built that school. He hadn't married that black woman. He hasn't done a lot of things he says that he preaches to black men what they need to do, but yet yeah. And you know what? I bet he's got I bet he's got a white woman on the side. You
Men
know,
like Dr. Umar Johnson, they secretly love white women.
yeah, they do. And you know, he says he don't, but his biggest base is black women. So he's got to play that because he don't want to lose that revenue he's getting. You
What is
know,
that saying? What is that saying? You does protest too much. It's like if you're constantly saying something, try to. It's like you're trying to prove it to yourself that that's not
right,
what you like, but that's what
right.
we. You know what I'm saying? It's like why you keep on saying it? Nobody asked you. It's like
You know
he's
what?
trying to convince
I
himself that he don't.
I've seen it in my lifetime. I've seen pro black women, pro black men that said it's black only. I've seen them get with white people. It happens a lot more than you would think. It's like, yeah, it's like they're trying to prove that they're pro one thing, but they're really not. Um, you know, they might have the mindset, but you, you know, and we're seeing it on TV. We're seeing people that are pro-black sleeping white. It's and people think it's weird, but no, it's actually a common thing if you
Yes,
really
it is.
look into it.
It
It's
is
like,
true.
yeah, they're trying to hide what they really desire. It's almost like the guy that, you know, openly speaks out how much he hates gays, but he's actually secretly gay. You know what I
Yes,
mean? It's
yes.
kind of like that, you know, trying
Because
to
you keep
hide who
on
they are.
talking about it. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
you're trying to convince yourself that you don't like something and you really, really do. So I don't take I don't take anything these men say.
right. They're
Um where's the other channel? One second. Wait, 1 second. I wanted to send you the video with the white guy. Can you just give me a couple minutes? Oh, here it goes. I'm gonna send you the video. When
okay.
it says that black men were jealous because his wife is so beautiful. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna where was your
Oh,
how can
my
I send you the
email?
video? Huh?
Yeah, let me. I'll put my email up here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send you the video and you hear what he says. And it's from the black girl in China was the one that put up the video. So I'm gonna send. So just I could just show Black Goddess, you know, and he shows his wife, and she is so beautiful. 1 second.
Yeah, I'll put
One
my
second.
email up here too. And guys, if you ever want to email me, my email's right here. You uh Shelly, you could actually share it if you wanted to. I don't know if you're on a computer or. phone?
I'm on no, I'm on my I how would I do that though? Uh,
Um, well, how you would do it is you go to on the StreamYard, like the part where it says video file,
video file on
and
StreamYard.
yeah, because you could share it as a guest. It just uh, yeah, it's like at the bottom. It's got the screen with the plus in the middle, and you click it, and you go to video
Mm,
file, and then you hit video file, and wherever you have it
okay.
stored,
Mhm.
or you could post the link, and I could show it
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just have to hit it
Um.
and bring it in. But my email's there.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Yeah. But if we can't show it tonight, you can email it to me, and I could show it on the next show.
Yeah.
Because that would
Mhm.
be neat to look at. Hmm. But yeah. Um. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. Just email it to me, and I'll show it on the next show. You want to do that?
Okay.
There's a was that a whitey creator named Lennon Honor has a channel dedicated to exposing Umar Johnson. Wow. It's not hard to expose the guy. You know he's full of crap, you know. I wonder how much money he made in his school. Like wow. Yeah. Oh, let's see. I think just send it. Let's see. Oh, is it? I think you just sent it. Uh, is that black women are for black men? Black men cry because black women now prefer white men. Is that it? I think that's it. Let me see. Let me try to pull it up here. I'll have to just bear with me. I have to kind of go through and pull it and then load it. Okay, I'm getting ready to. I'm just trying to load it here. Let's see. Wait, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm loading it up right now. I just got to download it and then I'll play it. It just takes a few minutes here. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Okay. All right, let me pull it up now. Okay. Video file. Okay, Shelly, you ready?
Should only be enjoyed by a black man.
Is it this one? Is it that one?
Yes, I
Yes,
don't. My phone was
my
acting up
phone was acting up
again.
again.
Okay. Okay, I gotta close one of your things out because you got two up here. Okay, can you hear me now, Shelly? You hear me okay? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, is this the one you want me to show? Okay, I'll go ahead and play it. All right.
That nyash should only be enjoyed by a black man. My wife's nyash should only be enjoyed by a black. Look, one thing I will say, alright, I may be of the Caucasian persuasion, I may be, as some people like to say, I may be a bit clear, a bit pasty, but I can handle it. I can go there, baby, with her. Ooh. Yes, I can handle it. I can handle it. It may be an acquired taste for, you know, a lot of people with the Caucasian persuasion, but for me personally, it is my taste, and I'm exercising my freedom to be able to enjoy that nyash. And she is my wife as well, guys. I don't fully understand the mentality, like that people still have this mentality to think about the ear then, but yeah, I still find it quite hard to wrap my head around. Like, everyone's free to be with who they want to be, everyone's free to have their tastes, their preferences when it comes to choosing a partner, regardless of race. So yeah, I'm not fully understanding it, to be honest, and I don't know where the mentality comes from, but I don't know, maybe you could give us a little bit more detail on exactly what you mean and why it's not okay for me to enjoy my wife's nyash. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. Look, we're not going to let any negativity spoil our day, guys. We're going to enjoy this sun and yeah, just have a great day.
Every time I see a UK footballer, they're with a white woman. I don't get it. Like, there's so many beautiful black women in the UK. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, why don't y'all like y'all kind?
Sometimes
it's not about that. It's not about that.
Sometimes it's just like they've had a feeling for somebody,
and it just happens to be a Becky.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Be sure you subscribe to my channel. I post video about interracial marriage, and guys, you can check other videos I have made. I post video almost every day. Yeah, I post video every day. A lot of interesting love story. There's this video I posted 2 or 3 days ago. People love it. Check it out. So guys, this is a white man who is married to a black woman, and a lot of people feel like the woman is so beautiful to be married to a white man.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So welcome back, Shelly. Sorry, you get. Can you hear me? So welcome back, Hey,
Yeah, I don't know. And
sounds like
we're like, it's like the somebody is like trying to mess us up and trying to mess up.
yeah. There's some dusty characters behind the scene messing with our live stream. I'll shut Roadrunner down. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
feels that way,
So
don't it?
this is for all the black women that's like, oh, white men don't like. No, she is curvy. Okay, she is African and they live in the UK and I follow them and they have two beautiful children and you can see she's curvy among yeah she's a curvy woman. She
Yeah,
got a nice bum and he loves it and he said, listen, I can handle all of that. He loves that. Okay, okay.
yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I love seeing interracial couples. I do get happy when I see it. It's awesome, you know. And it's funny because me and my wife, when we go out and stuff, and we see interracial couples, we just smile. It's you know, and I don't know what that dude was talking about, but I see black women and white men a lot, black women and Hispanic men a lot. And where I live, the black population ain't that big, so if I'm seeing it where I'm at, he's full of crap that he never sees it. He don't want to see it. I think that's what it is. You know, that guy, what's his name? I forgot his name.
He's
Yeah.
just jealous, like you said. He wants all the white men to himself. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's funny. I showed that to my wife, and she was saying that. Well, he likes white men too. Like, oh,
That's his
maybe that's it.
jealousy.
He's jealous of
It's
black women.
jealousy.
Yeah. But I think it's like I don't know. I don't know why people. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm like, that was a good video. Thanks for sending that. But I'm gonna have to close down.
No
It's
problem.
already. I've been on 3 hours and 24 minutes. But Shelly, beautiful. Thank you for coming up. It's always good talking to you. Um, and I thank
Always.
everybody. I do.
Always
I
great
thank you
talking
for
to you.
coming up. Yeah, and yeah, I appreciate you coming up, and I appreciate everybody that watched tonight. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday night. It was a fun show. Sorry about the internet issues early on, but anytime we have a storm, there goes our internet over here for some reason. Um, but it worked itself out, and I'm grateful we're able to do this show. Um, but if you guys need me, if you want to reach me, just email me. It's roadrunnernm89 at gmail.com. Okay. And, if you want to send an email, I know a lot of you guys send a lot of videos, and I don't use a lot of it. I just try to pick through what the topic's about. Um, and if you guys have an idea of a show you want me to do, send me an email. Okay. Um, and that vote I did, um, I'll do that every now and then and give you guys some choices. And I think the topic we talked about was, something, it was a good topic and something, we should talk about. You open up your options, but you want to be careful. Do it the right way. Look for the red flags. Have a plan. Be strategic. Okay? Because, who you choose can affect affect you a lot, you know. So just be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, and open up your options, but honestly, do it safe, be careful, and be blessed. And Shelly, thank you so much. Good to see you, young lady. Good to talk
Thank
to
you for
you.
having me.
Oh yeah, you're always welcome up here. And but thank you so much. And guys, I'll see you next time. Uh, I'll be coming up Saturday again. Um, do we have any holidays coming up?
I don't know.
Probably not for a while. Um, but anyway, guys, thank you so much. You have a good night. Shelly, I thank you for coming up again. And I'll talk to you again.
Okay.
Have,
Have a great night.
all right, you
Bye,
too.
everyone.
Have a good night. All right. So, okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Okay. Um, and God bless you and your family. And I just want to say a prayer before I go. Um, and you can pray with me if you want. If not, that's fine. But I just want to say a little prayer. And Lord, thank you for tonight's show. Thank you for everybody coming up. Thank you for Shelly and her insight. And Lord, just let us have the courage to open up our options, to find that person that loves us, that we love. Though they might not look like us, Lord, just please bring us true love. We all, need to be loved and, celebrated, and we need to go where we're loved and celebrated. And I pray you bless each and everybody here tonight. And I pray that you give us a chance to come up again and have another show. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Okay. And don't buy into the propaganda, the stereotypes. You get to know people and know the truth. Okay. Black women, you're amazing. You're the most beautiful women on earth. Okay. And I don't just say that, I'm living that. Okay. And when I say it, I mean it. I've been married to a black woman for 31 years. Okay. And before then, I dated nothing but black women. So, and it's not just because you're beautiful on the outside, but because you're beautiful on the inside. It's because of your beautiful spirit, your beautiful emotions, your passion, and your resilient, how resilient you are. And ladies, you are a blessing. And the men that follow me, you're a blessing too. Okay. I love you guys, and you're a blessing to me. I love doing this, and it's because of you. It's because of your love and support that you show me and my wife Sandy, and we appreciate you. And you know, and I love you guys. You're amazing, and you have a good night. God bless you and your families. And I'll see you guys next week. Okay, enjoy the weekend. God bless.